platform. Right, let me see. Doo-doo. Mixing. Hello. I'm just trying to let me see. Is it working? Hi guys, good evening. I'm fine. How are you, Sarah? Pick up yourselves. Just waiting for the host to get in here, get the guys in. Our dads are us. So we've got a special one today. My relationship with men. So that's our topic for today. I'm doing amazing, you know. I will actually just come back from West End with my client. It was quite good. Yeah. Let me find this thing to put in the backdrop. Where's he gone? Right, let's get the guys in here. How are you guys doing? Welcome. I'm gonna get the thing up while I wait for these guys to come in. Welcome. So we're gonna be having a conversation with Dads Are Us today. Or Dads Are Us, guys. We're gonna be talking about my relationship with men. Because I really do believe that the relationship that women have with men, I personally feel like it shapes the world. So we're gonna have a conversation about my relationship with men. And when I say that, I don't mean just men as in relationships or intimate. I mean from let's go from like grandparents to dads to brothers, cousins, uncles, friends, and partners, and so forth. Do you understand? So we're gonna go through, let you in. I tried. I've invited you, accept it. Okay, there you go. Hey, let me just get my backdrop. How you doing?
You know how I'm doing, man.
Let me just share the live because I'm not good at that. So I'm gonna share the live, guys. If you can help me share the live, give it 5 minutes and then we will start. So how did it come up for you? Did it come up as an invitation, like in the beginning, as a guest?
So long, don't worry about that. I'm there, innit? Get me?
I just
I'm here.
asking. Wait, you're distracting me. Wait, I need to do this quickly.
I heard it.
Anyway, guys, yes, like I said, let me put up the prompt as they call it.
If you see Dads Are Us, that's me, yeah. So don't get loot. Don't invite that. Yeah. I'm gonna share it up.
Okay.
But we're blasting anyway, regardless.
So would you like to introduce yourself? Because this is my platform, so everyone kind of knows me here. They don't know you. So would you like to introduce yourself?
Hey, I'm in a bad zone at the moment, so I'm not my normal self. But I thought I could have a prayer and then get it off, but it seems like it's not shaking for some reason. But I'm Max, innit? Simple as that. Father of 6. Simple as that. Yeah, but not a good day today. It's a good day.
So if you could relate any kind of a color, give me a color that reflects your feelings and also an animal that you can relate to explain how you're feeling.
I feel like I need spiritual cleansing. I've already done my spiritual cleansing. I'm all good. It's just that at the end of the day, it's the world that we live in that needs a spiritual cleansing. So much of the people want to say, I might feel like I need it. The world needs one. Yeah, the people around. There's so much people that are just walking with, I don't know where their heads at. But we didn't just spoke off the line, innit? But we'll go into it a little later. But don't tell me.
I feel like
sounds like it is a good spiritual. Do not Yeah, because I'm in church every Sunday. I just come up from Bible studies, so I'm about that life, innit? I just put my scripture just now. But it burns and hurts when you're watching my sister do great work. Men, that so-called men that say that they're doing great work in our community, and then we can't rely on when we're trying to do the good work of God's work. When I'm trying to
Let's
do
tap
God's
the
work,
screen. Let's share out the live.
yeah, we're all trying to do God's work, and then all of a sudden, the devil's just off his chains, and people are allowing it to come off the chains. Do you get it? So that's why I'm disappointed that I'm not representing Dads of Us here. So you can take that t-shirt off and put another t-shirt on straight, because at the end of the day, the man them are not here in it. I'm here supporting my sister. I'm trying to do something. So that's that t-shirt in the bin. What? It's me. I pay for that anyway, so it doesn't matter regardless. So my thing is that these men need a good seeing to, man, because they're not representing our community well. I'm in a situation where I can't even call a man them to kind of help me out in a situation. Like, I have to call on my females like, you get me? That's mad. That's crazy. But but I'm here. Big up yourself, 9565, Brock Quad, you done know the MySpace. Yes, it's me, Max the cab driver. If you don't know, get to know. Anyway.
Yeah. Right, give me 1 second. Can you just talk for them? Give me 1 minute.
You gonna take off the t-shirt? Good. Yeah. Take it off. Take it off. But yeah, basically, quite long story short, why I'm so haggy. I'm fighting knife crime at the moment. I've got a campaign called Make It Stop. I put a video out showing a mum holding her child that's just been murdered to kind of give it that impactful effect, because I want to galvanize the community back. I want to galvanize the community to come together to have solutions. In the mix of that, I got a phone call just now, about an hour ago, where the youths that killed this young boy have taken
TikTok friendly language, okay, bub? Say on the live and stuff and all of that.
The youths of that killed Keenan have taken the video and then mocked him being dead. Like, they're mocking him dead. Who does that? What kind of evil people are they? So yeah, that's why my head's a bit loose at the moment.
My question to the people in the chat is, how do you feel about what you just heard? Because I'm not going to let it go over anyone's head. I need you to take in what was just been said, because as much as we've planned a live today about my relationship with men, and like it is very relevant, especially with what happened with the man in Lewisham the other day and all of that, but this is real. Do you understand? This is real, man. And when I saw that video, like, you know, like, and I shared it, you know, and I put it on my WhatsApp, and, you know, and there were people that were liking it, you know, like, we were sending out an energy in it. And to know that we've got, and I said it to you earlier, like, we're not even talking about just young people. These young people have parents. You get me? Yeah, I don't know how you want to do this. We can, you know, we can take this anywhere you want, to be fair.
No, we go with the elephant in the room first. Obviously, I'm part of Dads of Us, part of a group of men that we have a podcast. It does quite well. I've come into the mix later on. They started it as a duo, and then I've come in to kind of change the dynamics. In me going on the pod, I've realized that the man them on the pod, we have to be, when we're doing things, we have to be intentional while we're doing it. So I don't want to be going on and just talking. I want to have action towards what we're doing.
Right.
What seems to happen now is that I get into these arenas of men or people, and they're all broken, and they're all trying to do these great things, which is calm. But your home is mash up. Everything's not going the way you need to be going. But then what it is, I'm a man of God. So my faith is, I'm trying to develop that strength with him all the time, innit? Mm-hmm. So what it is now, I'm feeling the indifference. Through the whole period of time, I've been building these brothers, building their platform, making it better. All the things I'm doing is mad. If I told you how much I've been doing for these brothers to make their platform blow, and not worrying about myself. and then we're meant to be here all together, chopping it up. Them man are not about that life, innit? And this is what I have. Many man them are all in our arenas out here, just talking the most on the net, but not doing the work. They're rubbish. So yeah, that's my. So your relationship with men, it's probably the both for both of us. Like our relationship, not like like that. It's crazy. Oh yeah, here now, bro. Oh great.
I didn't
Whatever,
see
man.
him. Didn't request. Good evening. Max is having his moment.
My hair, look.
He is here.
Yeah, but
Why is man talking like I ain't here, bruv? What are you on about, Max?
stress, fam.
All right, cool.
It's been cool. What's going on?
Yo, what's good?
Disappointed.
Talk to me. What are you disappointed about, bro?
I'm gonna repeat. I don't want to repeat it, but
No, I heard what you said, so I don't know if you what you're disappointed about. I don't know which part. Are you disappointed in us?
way
Disappointed in what's
back.
going
That
on?
was way back. I started from long time. My thing is that when I'm disappointed with my community, I'm very,
Yeah.
especially with what's just happened, and then they're mocking the boy's death based on my video. So the mum's now in pain because they're mocking the video. I feel like it's all falling on deaf ears, me trying to do what I'm trying to do, and it's frustrating. I'm trying to
Yeah.
govern the man them around me to move with intention, and I don't feel that they are, and I feel like everything's just getting annoying now. So I'm kind of coming in a frustration, man. So my relationship with men is just the same. Is a madness at the moment because I'm like, what would it take for us to come together and do something collectively?
I mean, that's a beautiful question, bro. But the truth of the matter is, you're moving with intention. Don't stop doing that because other men aren't, including myself or including yourself. Like, there are things that you can say about men and about women, and you can say people are doing this, people are doing that. No one's going to do what you want them to do. That's the bottom line. I could sit here all day and tell you about all the things that I do and nobody else does. But that's not what we want to do. What we want to do is sit here and be like, okay, what more can we do that is solution driven? One thing I know about you, Max, is that you move with intention. Don't start losing faith in what you do because certain people are letting you down or move. Don't, like I heard you say, the devil comes and takes you. When you start now talking about what man ain't doing and blah, 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 you're causing things for man to try and argue with you and blah. Nah, forget all that, bro. Don't worry about none of that. You're doing good things, bro. You're doing good things. Continue to do what you're doing. Just because those people took what you did with good intentions and tried to make some sort of mockery or badness about it doesn't mean that you're still not to move with the good intention. You're frustrated right now, so let it out and talk, bruv. We're here to hold you and release that, bruv. Whatever it is that you think, feel,
Build our community backbone.
do you know what I mean? Wherever it is that you think and feel and believe right now, release that, bruv. But also know that we're here. Like no one don't feel like what you're saying is wrong. But the frustration isn't us leading with the frustration isn't going to change nothing.
I don't want to be of this world no more. Like that, it's written in scripture, not to be of the world. I don't want to be of the world no more.
Right.
I don't want to be of the world no more. Literally, I could easily just go into my corner and just be in my four walls here and just do what I need to do in it. It's that easy now, innit? Because
And that's because also you have the element of woman, because again, it goes back to that balance of how the presence of a woman within a man feeling this way. Do you understand? Because you have a balance where you have an outlet. Do you understand? A lot of these men are walking around with no outlet. Do you understand?
and maybe she ain't here as well. That's the next thing. So that's what makes it probably difficult.
Yeah. But you have the option. You understand? You have her there. A lot of men don't have that, and that's why even us thinking about doing this live and having this topic because of my relationship with men. You understand? So within my network, my men are semi-safe Do you understand? But I
Mm.
can't speak for all. And this and because of these non-relationships that women have with men or don't have with them, it's impacting our community to the point where we've got to the stage now where this video's gone out. It was a beautiful video. It was the intention was not that. Although we knew that it was a possibility that it was going to happen. Do you understand? But it all falls back to, as far as I'm concerned, relationships with men. However you want to look at that.
Relationships with each other, period.
There you go. But
Relationships
as
with
a woman,
ourselves and each
it's
other.
about today's day, how the women's relationships are with men. They're
Yeah.
non-existent. So what? How is this gonna? How is this not gonna happen? Because these are shaping the communication, the education, the everything within the household, within the every. You understand? Like you said, within all of that. So it's damaged. It's so damaged to the point where not even 48 hours that video has been out. Not even 48 hours.
No, it's demoralizing, and I can only I in fact I know exactly how you feel. I know exactly how you both feel from my own perspective because I feel the same way sometimes. Sometimes I don't want to continue doing what I'm doing, but I know it's the only thing I can do to continue staying on my square, staying in my lane, continue doing what I'm doing, even if that means I have to take a step back and just relax in my four walls, like you said, Maxi. If you got to do that, that's fine. But
The
don't ever
faith.
lose faith, bruv.
Hmm.
Nah, I don't. I've lost faith in mankind, like
Yeah,
mankind. Do
you
you get
no
what I'm
no you
saying?
can't.
My faith with
That's
God
I
is
hear you.
always going to be the same. But you see, man, like, how am I going on my Instagram today to engage with people that that are coming to me about the video in positive effects, like, bro, I've got you. Anything you need help, whatever. And I see Stormzy with McDonald's and McDoodoo's. I'm like, blood, like, what are you on, fam? Like,
I hear that.
But you see what you're doing there is because you're in the thick of where you're at, and then you see a moment of somebody. You don't know where Stormzy's at. That's a moment, and I'm not trying to say, oh, him having McDonald's, because I don't know the narrative in
It's
which you
ban
saw.
Palestine, bro. He knows the thing with Matt Doodoo's blood and what it does to the pitney them. On top of what it's banned. We don't rampant them things there, blood. We don't bring that to our youths, blood. Yeah, for no
No,
love or
no, you
money, blood.
don't, Max, and I respect
No,
that.
we
You don't.
don't. We don't.
No,
All of us
you
here
can't
know.
speak for we. You can't
So
speak for we. That's the problem. That's what I'm
bro,
saying.
I'm
I, I
speaking.
I'm with you. I'm with you, but I'm saying you can't speak for everyone. Only speak for you. It's
And
all
then
you can
when,
do.
yeah, because when if it goes left for a second, then you're just like, ah,
Yeah, because that's what's happening. Because
yeah,
Max is saying we, and someone says, "I, this is what I do," and now I'm affected by what we should be doing. I don't get affected by what you should be doing when I think it's a we. And when I say I don't get affected, I just don't allow things to affect me to the point where it infects me. Don't allow it to infect you in your purpose and your position, Maxi. Have your moment. Do you know what I mean? Talk the things, bruv. You're allowed. You're allowed to share your moment, share your thoughts, share your feelings, bruv. You're allowed, bro. You know what I mean? But don't get lost in thinking that raw. You know what I'm saying?
Tomorrow's a new day, so I'll be back on it again, innit? Like, I've already got the plan out. I've already
Yeah.
know what my prayer points are. That it's frustrating. It
I
is
hear
so
you.
fun. Like, I've been in the mix here where, like, I've followed certain parents that have lost their youths to knife crime, yeah, and they're going through it, like, and I'm checking on them. I've got a catalogue of 10 mothers and parents that I support on a regular basis, you get me? And I've watched how they've been dealt with. Do you get me? Like, I've watched how the phone's gone silent all of a sudden because no one really cares about them no more. They forgot about them. So they're doing the most by pushing their youth out. I don't want my youth to be forgotten. Legacy of the youth and all that. And they're just broken, blood. I've been there just this week alone, man. They received back the goods from their 15 months later. They received the garments they were wearing on the day they were murdered and that. And the woman, she's taken a garment and said, pull it in that room and leave it. I don't want to look at it now. Like, are you all right? Like, that's mad. And then she then turns around to me and goes, my son's actually dead. This is 15 months after the fact. So she hasn't Clocked it. Another woman, 12 years later, she said, I'm just grieving now. Like, are you all right? I'm constantly taking in these kind of things. But then I'll see that someone just put sleepwalking. We're doing the sleepwalking zombie thing. And like, wow, when are we actually gonna wake up and say, all right, boom, you know what? Let's all play a little key role in this. Like, look, what can I do? Do you get it? It's not hard. I don't see why it's hard. Lauryn Hill said it, but we rather make it. Life is so, but we rather make it hard. It's simple, but we rather make it hard. But our men, we've got a lot. So that's why I was talking to Reason. Our men have got a lot to answer for. Like, we've got a lot. Because there's a lot of man them out here that are, and I've intended to read. Lee's been on my journey right with me from the last month or so, and seen how man them that are literally around me are living in mad conditions, and then trying to save the community and do the most, and they're living crazy. And I'm like, raw, I've got these man them around me that are just energy vampires. Like, nah, it's peak out here. Hence why I want to just go into my own little cocoon and stay in there. But I can't. I'm not going to be allowed to.
No, you can't stay there. But you are allowed to just take a moment and breathe, bro.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on.
Yeah, it's a lot, brother. Especially if you're talking about energy vampires, bro. Like, that's a lot to deal with, bro. You're doing a lot. You're on the front line. Not everyone is a frontliner. You know what I mean? That's the thing. This is what people need to understand as well. Where you're talking from, I fully understand it. I respect it. But I ain't you, Max. I ain't
Bro,
you.
when I cry, I just literally just done crying, you know. I just literally
Bro,
done
cry.
a tear, fam. Because I'm doing this. Man's done, I've cleaned out my closet. I've cleaned out my rubbish. I've said, Lord, you're my, like, take me now, innit? I've dipped myself in that water. I said, wow, boom, stop this, stop that, stop this. I put the magic touch on getting married. Made sure, like, look, bro, I don't play. I've aligned myself with my woman, like, aligned myself with the right, like, and then what does it do? What is it doing at the moment?
I'll tell you what it does, bruv. I can tell you just in case you've lost sight of it. I can tell you what it does. It makes you and your family set up a beautiful space to feel safe and for them to know that they feel safe. I know you want on a wider scale for the village, the community, and the family. Do you know what I mean? I know what you want, Max. We all want that. But you know that you've just got to work within your four walls first. That's it. And you're doing that. But you want that to spread to the wider world. And you're doing that. You're doing that, bro.
Did you want to say something, Empress?
Yeah, I did. Hi everybody. Hi Max. I can't come on the camera. It's a bit late now. But what I wanted
Why
to
can't you
say,
come on? What do you mean it's late? I
just
don't
leave
understand.
her.
Leave
it's
her alone,
fine.
Maxi.
I'm doing my self-love, my self-care over here. It's not for everybody, but I'm here. But I wanted to ask Max.
Sweetie.
I wanted to ask Max, do you take time out for yourself? Do you like pour back into yourself? Do you take time out for yourself?
In the mornings, I will read my scripture. I'll get up early, read my scripture, put everything in, pray, ask for strength, and yeah, I'll do that little piece, and I'll do a little bit of fitness and gym. At the moment, I can't say that at this particular moment because I've got the wifey's away, so unfortunately I've got to put the full work in at the moment. So you can hear little ones there, put one to bed, then I've got to deal with prep the meals for tomorrow. Like, it's a lot, so I can't at the moment say that at this particular moment. But I know it's a thing that I'm gonna have to do. But in the meantime, what I do is make sure I get up early, give God thanks, and get the energy there just to do what it is. So I don't know what you mean by time out. I don't know if it means like disappear, go Thailand, come back, but I know it's something that I need to do.
Yeah, nothing like that. But that's still good because you're aware. It's just like taking that time out to have a breather because the world, well, the UK at the moment, I can only speak of the UK because that's where I'm at. The energy is extremely heavy at the moment, yeah? And it's a case of you can't pour from an empty cup. and definitely if you've got a family as well, because they need you to pour into them first. Now, a lot of people, they are just sleepwalking and stuff, and you can be pouring all this knowledge into them, and they're not going to take heed of it. It's because it's like they've got holes in their cup. So anything you're trying to pour in, it's kind of wasted energy at the same time, yeah? Whereas many are called, but only few are chosen. And this is just that. And until we actually do the work on ourselves, because we have to feel it to heal it. So you just expressing that you was crying or whatever just before whichever, that's very good because that's you releasing, yeah. Whereas a lot of people have all this trauma, all this anger, and all this hurt and hate, and then that kind of takes over their energy, which there's no releasing. And people don't really take that time out for themselves to actually sit down with the Most High and have a little reasoning and ask for strength and guidance and all these things. People don't even do that. Yeah. So it starts with self. Like we are with ourselves 365 days of the year, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We are with self. So if we're always running from self and not actually doing the shadow work and the deeper work, there's always going to be a problem because the society that we're in, people feel entitled to people's energy. And this is where the energy vampires and things come into play. Many people compose themselves as butterflies, but they are really moths. If you bat them away, they just turn into dust. There's nothing left of them. But it's got to make sense, everything that we're doing. Whereas a lot of the adults of today, they're on nonsense. They're too busy in other people's business, too worried about what other people are going on, and not actually pouring into self. So that is the problem. People actually need to sit down with themselves and really assess themselves, especially the men, because a lot of men don't take time out for themselves to even pray, to do anything. It's like, what can I get? Gimme, 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 entitlement. Whereas a lot of people are running off emotions rather than logic, yeah? Whereas there has to be a balance. With anything, there has to be a balance. So it's just like, say, if you've got a cup of water on the scales and that's just tipping up the other way, that's all spilling out and nothing's being collected. So the energy, what we put out there, we're going to get back at the same time. So a lot of people we're losing people every single day, and we're losing people at a crazy pace as well, because you have to think this is the devil's playground at the moment. People are running here and focused on the wrong things. So it starts with self and it ends with self at the end of the day. Like, but people don't really recognize that they've got choices for things. From when we get up to when we go to bed, we've got choices, and people are making choices and blaming other people for the choices that they've decided to take instead of actually sitting down with themselves and doing the reflection. I know a lot of men that don't even look in the mirror. They don't even like looking at themselves. So imagine what's going on the inside realistically. Then if you're around other replicas of that energy, then where does the real really fit in? So it's got to make sense. But Max, you're on the right path, yeah? Don't make this society break you in that aspect. Obviously, wife is gone away, so the balance is probably everything's just off key and very overwhelming at the moment. But you need to feel it to heal it. So you crying, even processing and speaking of your emotions, that's a very big thing because a lot of people can't do that. You know, they can't do that. You ask people, "Are you okay?" They're like, "Yeah, I'm good." These times they're not good. Like I ask people, are you good mentally, physically, emotionally? And then they'll be like, you know what? Nah, you know. And then it goes down a different kind of route. But if everyone's just wearing a mask and yeah, I'm good, and yeah, it's always going to be bullshit. So it is what it is until we, you, me, make it what it isn't. So yeah, that's what I have to say.
Yeah, man.
Well said.
I got my sis, man.
So I'll stay up here for a minute, but I'll mute.
Yeah, please, you can't just go after that. Just boom, sign off. Nah, bruv, you have to stay a little piece.
Unmute yourself about I'll jump up like that. Yeah, it's finished now.
I'm doing my self-love at the moment. You see, I'm doing a little pedicure, little face mask, oil up my scalp. I'm doing my little look after me over here. So I prefer to do that off screen. So but I am still here.
I need to
You don't have to explain yourself. You don't have to come on screen. Yeah, my sister get past all day, every day. Done. Yeah. If I'm not talking to you, I'm talking to Max. So you look, you needed to hear this, isn't it? So that's why I know what I'm doing.
From your perspective, Lee, like in terms of how you see men at the moment, like where are you seeing it at the moment? Where are you seeing like that? I'm not in the dating game. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not out there no more. Like I'm off soy ladies, I'm off. You get me?
This
But
guy's
like,
an idiot.
I know I went mad.
They
But like,
know you. Max and Shan, follow them, Instagram,
yeah,
TikTok.
man.
Just got married. It's
We're
mad.
gonna go up again. We're gonna go up the next level
Man.
when she comes back. But how?
You know?
What is it really out like there? Out. What is it really like out there?
You're asking me. I don't. All right. Let me tell you like this. So I came home. I came out of prison 2021. I came out in some kind of situationship. I call it, yeah. And that was
What's
someone
the
I know.
situation? Still don't
So
understand. What that is.
so it was the reason I say situation because it was a situation. I was in a situation. Circumstances change your state of mind. So the state of mind I was coming out in is that you know what? I'm actually gonna. I had an opportunity to be in a relationship and try and just be with someone and make it work and start a family and do all of that, right? But it was just not the right time. You know what I'm saying? So that didn't transpire into a relationship. Don't laugh at me, Shan. I'll mute you. You know, mod or no mod. You know. And then after that,
But what situation? This is what I don't get.
All right,
That
so I
makes-
was
Maxi, make her
basically with
explain
someone.
now.
I was
Yeah,
with
but she
someone.
ain't explaining. It's the
All right,
situation.
sorry.
Like
All right,
what
I'll
is that,
explain it,
bro?
'cause we do DLs. Okay, cool. Calm down, Maxi, man.
Sorry,
Right.
man. I'm just. No, I'm haggy at the moment.
He's a bit raw today. Maxi's a bit
Yeah,
raw
but
today.
I've had enough. I've had enough of your. You get me? Right. So basically, somebody that I was. All right. So I'd given up on men. I'd had Ryan. I had my daughter. I was in a situation where I was with someone that I shouldn't have been. I wouldn't say I shouldn't have been with that person. I wasn't trying to build a life with my daughter's dad. Yeah. So when that situation ended, and we are very good friends. We're good, even though we don't talk like that, but we're good. Yeah. So I decided that I'm just going to take a minute and think about the men, my relationships. You know, like my relationship with men in it, what it's been like, who's been involved, and all of that, right? And then the situation with the prison happened. Okay, so I went to prison. And before I came home, somebody contacted me. Somebody wrote to me that I had known for a long time. Yeah, and he was one of the names on the list, right? Because and everyone knows about the list. Men have it, women have it. There's a list because when you start being attracted to someone, yeah, there's depending on how that has transpired, they're always in your mind. Subconsciously, they're always there. So I'll be real. In my late 30s, I decided I'm gonna go back with this one particular person. Yeah. So again, I don't like new people. So we're gonna get to the answer of your question, but I don't really like new people. Okay. So I gave this man a chance. It didn't really work, and then I decided that I'm just gonna do nothing. Then people started to like, you get men want to talk, and I'm having conversations with men, and I'm just like, that I just wasn't understanding where we was going. And you said this the other day, Max. It's like they want to just suck my energy, like they have a conversation, and I'm like, no, there's a lot going on. So I started to realize that men are not really menning anymore. Like this time of being away, and then and then I'm starting to compare with the caliber of men. I'm like the caliber of men has changed. They're not the same, and then I'm looking at the men in my age group and older, and I'm like, what's happened? So I started losing, I'll be real, for the last 3 years, I started losing respect for men. However, my guys were okay. They were still all right. And to be fair, the one or two that did fall, they had me. You understand? But they're still single. All of them, every single one of them. Some of them have got one child and never had another. Like they're just set in a certain way, and that's because the women are just as bad. So, state of the men. I feel like you say men, but I feel like women have got a lot to do with this. Women have got a lot to do with why men are like this. Like women have made men this way. I blame you lot. I do. I blame you all. You're the reason they're like this.
Women?
Wait,
Yeah.
Maxi. I hear you, babe. But you know what? I hear you, and it's all right for you to kind of say that as a woman.
Go on, come at me. I'm joking.
No,
but
never,
I'm saying
never
with
coming
chest,
at
man.
you.
I do. I feel like the women are to blame. Women are to blame.
But let's not say they're to blame. Let's just say
women need
they
to be
are.
accountable for their contribution.
No, that's different. Let's say that, because I think then we give men and women the opportunity to take responsibility and accountability for their part,
Let me tell you
role, and
something.
position, rather than because all we're gonna do is go back and forth and blame each other. Even though I agree with what you're saying, I would just say let's not start with the blame thing because people are then gonna start going, no, it's not us,
Okay,
it's
all
them.
right. I'll explain it like this then, yeah? So
Yeah, yeah.
let's okay, so within my home now, let's talk about my home life. So I had my daughter at 30, yeah? Um, got my first like I've only since I've come home, this is my first longest period of time of living in a home in it by myself. So I wasn't out there back in the day when everyone had their house. I didn't have that. I was traveling the world and doing the most, right? So this is my experience of home life, okay? Then I'm starting to look at how people have been violating their homes for the last however long I've been living. Yeah, violating your home, women bringing men in and violating your home. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? So in doing that, you're breeding these horrid men in it. Yeah, that don't have no respect because they don't have to. They don't have no responsibility because they don't have to. They do the bare minimum. Women take too much disrespect. So again, I don't have people in my home. Like my home is my home. You understand? And again, because of the way I am and the way I live, my relationship with men is not bad. I have a very good one because of the respect that I have for myself, which allows them to respect themselves, which allows them to respect me. I've
100.
never really had a man disrespect me. You understand? And I've seen men change the way that they talk because of how I respect myself, which then changes the way that they are. No,
I
this is
agree.
the only reason why I say it goes back. Not blame and that. It's just
I'm saying it's men straight.
okay.
I see
How
what
did the
you
men get there? How
I
did
see.
say,
No,
they?
but you see what's gonna happen. You
I say,
see,
no, Rago, I don't feel
No,
no
we've
way
not had
about
a
it. I say it's
conversation
men
about
straight.
it.
It's who we pick. Is we choose.
Yeah. Okay. You
I
choose
don't
for
think it's
yourself.
either. I personally don't think it's either. I think it's just a person thing. You need to take
No, it's man
accountability.
them. We man them.
That's
Man
just
them.
what it
No,
is.
man them. No, man them
no,
are
bro.
just moving loose. Some man them are moving loose. I can admit myself. I was
Facts.
one of them guys. We move loose. We
Facts.
know what we know. We're
Yeah,
dumb. We
but
just
why do
move
you do it
dumb
then? Why do you do it?
because one, we're in devil's playground, so we don't know no better. So we don't know we ain't got the manual book early
Like,
enough put down to us. Like, brother, we ain't got man them that are. I was fueled. I was fueled by other men to do what I was doing to get that black book. I can't even tell. It was terrible, my behavior. Do you get what I'm saying? And until I repent and found God, I didn't know no better. I was loose. Now I could be around you, reason, Lee, and I can instead of using now that I know my strengths and I've embraced my weaknesses, like I use women in the I use it to inspire women. My strengths now. My main strength is the woo. I've got the ability to win anybody over. Someone never saw that strength and used it in the wrong way. Like blood, you can take over that. Like you can control that gang. You can get the man to do this and get women to do
But
that.
Max, what is that? What was that though? What was that you did? You took responsibility and accountability.
yeah,
You
yeah.
took
Bro, I
yourself,
remember I
self
repent
awareness.
first. Bro, I done a repent. I
That's
repented, bro.
that's responsibility, bruv.
Right.
Yeah,
So
but it
Repent.
took you reflection to do that. It took you reflection to actually do that. So then now
100.
you can look at yourself in the mirror and know the man that you are. But people don't want
yeah,
to do
but
that.
that's what I'm saying. So
That
now, any
reflection
man
comes
that's around me, we learn to respect women in the best way. I'm not having it like blood. Not because I got daughters, I just been like that. Man, them have a lot to answer for. They want to go lay down. I know, man, just lay down with like blood. She's got 4 baby fathers, but you're still gonna lay down with her blood and then breed her again. You dumbass, bro.
Straight. But then that's what I'm saying. The other end of that, a woman would say, yeah, but you know you got 4 baby fathers, 4 kids, and you still lie down with a man. What I'm saying is that's where we start to get into the blame thing. What you're saying is right.
Nah, brother. Man,
No,
them.
no, wait, let
If
me
man,
land.
them,
Let me land.
bro.
Let me land, Maxi. Let me land. What I'm saying is, as a man, like you said, I'm not gonna go lie down with a gal who's got four kids, 4 baby fathers. You took responsibility and accountability. That's what the woman has to do. Everyone has to do it. You can't say
yeah.
it's just the man them. It's just the gal them. Everyone has to be a part
Blood,
of the
because of the
process.
role of a man in the blood. Because of I'm going by biblical, I'm going by scripture.
No, you're talking about an order. You're talking about the order.
Yeah. So when I'm
You're,
saying,
the order is one thing.
in the yard, in my yard, blood, my wife has enabled me to be the man that I need to be. Like we've learned how
Of
we've
course.
done counseling beforehand, you know. So we learned the role of a man, the role of a woman. So I'm like, hold on, it's for me to lead. Like my woman wants me to lead. Like she wants
Of
me to
course.
take control of a situation. In the community, our women want us to lead. They want us to take control. They don't want to be at the forefront. They want man to lead, and then they will back us.
That's
So
that's
why
the
do you
order, bro.
need us to lead? Because right now we're leading.
What's that again?
Why do you leave us to lead? Because right now women are
Not in
leading.
my
So
circle.
that goes
Not
to
in my
what Max
circle.
spoke about. That goes to what Max spoke about before in terms of men that are not, when you don't know yourself, when the lessons that you've been taught have been blah, 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 and this, that, and the other, you're not showing up, looking at yourself in a reflection and knowing yourself as a man. So you're not dealing with a man who knows himself as a man. So you're asking a man to step up and lead when he doesn't even know what a man looks like. He
A man
can't.
can lead you into destruction. A man can literally lead
100%.
you into destruction, and this is it.
100.
But it's a case of really knowing yourself, because like man should be the head. Us as women,
Yes.
we're the neck. You can't
Yep.
move unless we move, kind of thing. We've got the control of the neck. Do you know, like that? It boils down to that. But what it is with men is a lot of us are under a spiritual attack. Nothing's really physical, you know. We're in a spiritual
I
attack.
agree.
So men are lying down with these insecure women, these broken women, and taking on that energy, then transferring it to the next person and the next person. So
Yep.
when does the work really get done? It starts when you do the reflection and take the accountability. But
And
you
think
see
about
people, right there, 1 second, people will meet people and not ask the right questions. You see, of lately, I've been asking the right questions. I want to know the relationship with your mother. I want to know the relationship with your father. And do you know what I'm hearing? A lot of men are saying that they've never really heard their dad say that he loves them, or their mom really say that they love
Facts.
them, and all of
Still
these
battle with
things.
that now.
So they don't know what love looks like. Do you get it? So when somebody's just sweetening them up a little bit, it's like, okay, then let me just bust it open, kind of thing. But then you just open up a whole can of worms of demons that are just running riot in your body, and nobody's
100.
releasing this. Do you get it? There's no release. So that's why I big up Max for the crying. That's just the releasing of the energy. There's no releasing. So what's happening? Really? Just people are just full of bullshit. Like, it's just gotta make sense. You're lying
And the
down with
bullshit's
this
gotta
person,
come
that
out.
person. People don't even get checkups, let alone check in with themselves. What's going on? It's gotta
Yeah.
make sense. It's nonsense.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm in a prime position now, yeah? Being married now, yeah? And I've been there before. I've been here before. Where even though I'm married, I still got the opportunity to go and tear down the whole place. Even now, there's women out there that
Even more so.
will
Even more
still take me, even though they've seen all my wedding photos, everything, and oh my gosh, you're so happy, man. They will still take peace now. Like straight. I have that control. It's me, the man, to make sure, yo,
Yeah, 100%. I get it in that respect.
it's
Yeah.
not the woman, you know. It's not that.
No, that's you as an individual, Max. We all agree
No,
with that.
that's
But it's
man.
al-
We
no,
need
wait,
to-
wait, wait,
Why I
wait.
agree.
It's also for the woman not to move to you. For the
No,
woman to
Blazer.
respect. Bruv, what are you
Nah,
talking
brother.
about? For a woman
Nah,
to
man.
respect another
No,
woman
bro.
that you are married.
With
Of
her.
course it is.
You don't have to talk to her. You don't have to.
Of course
You
not.
don't have to. Just like she don't have to give you the number for you to call.
Eh.
But guess what? You don't have to call.
But
Exactly.
what is that? But what is that? Self-control. It's still about self.
Exactly.
So what? Like
It always
all
goes back to
starts
self.
with self. 1,000%. Everything
Like
does.
I said, it's an individual thing. Everyone seems to look into themselves. That's it. Everyone
Yeah,
seems to-
everyone though. Do you get what I'm saying, Lee? Like everyone has to look. It's not just it's nice. It's woman. Women
Yeah,
need to
but-
look at themselves. No, of course she does. No, it's just man them. Man them. How are we talking about a connection, a relationship of the two of us coming together? The whole point and purpose. Yeah, there's an order. There is an order. Maxie spoke about the order, but we're speaking about it as though one is more important than the other. No, we're equally important, even though we are not equal.
Yeah, but I
Equally
think it's more talking
important.
about it. I think it's more because he is the man.
Yeah, but he's meant to be the man.
Yeah,
He
but I'm
is.
saying, so he's done right. So in speaking about it, he's saying like it's men because in his eyes, the reason why this is not working is because the men, like he's saying, like he was like everyone else, and now he's not, and that was him. He did that.
But you were saying the opposite to that, Lee.
Man, he can still have the opportunity to do that, but he ain't doing it. 'Cause it's up to him.
Yeah, and we all agree with that. But there are women still moving to him that
Yeah,
need
but
to look
you
at
don't have
self.
to say yes, and that's the thing. Men
They're
are
the subacuses. They're the
They're weak.
subacuses. They're gonna come in. The subacuses, they're like the moths that I said. They'll pose themselves as these beautiful butterflies. Just bat them off. They just turn to dust. Where them there?
Exactly.
You know, like that. They got nothing to offer. They just make themselves, because when you see in a moth, you could think, is that a butterfly? No, it's a moth.
No,
But what do
it's a
moths
moth.
do? They're attracted to the light. And what do they do? Pierce holes in your clothes. That is them piercing holes into your energy. So everything is a choice, really. Like, as I said, you may attract my eyes, but you'll never get to touch my soul. There's levels to this.
Standards.
No. Right, so lovely, sorry. Please. Yeah.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, yeah. I don't normally do this TikTok thing, you know. It's only Tuesday. My cousin's here, that's why. So,
Oh, yes, yes, man.
yeah, and I got a lot to say because I've always got a lot to say. But what I'm saying is that what you said at the beginning, when it comes to the woman, it is the woman that has to take responsibility for things, because it's not about being the blame game and stuff, but somebody had to come first, somebody had to be first, somebody had to be the first one. You get me? So if women take a bit more control of themselves, if women take a bit more control with themselves and their body and respecting themselves, and when they are growing up their boy children, they will grow them up with some dignity and pride, and not relying on their boy children as their husbands, which puts pressure on the boy children. So when the boy becomes a man and he sees certain traits within a woman that's like his mother, and he may not that he doesn't like his mother, but he knows his mother's a bit rowdy and loud and sometimes going like she's a man, then he's not going to want to stay with that woman. You get what I'm saying?
But I feel at the same time, men also attract their mothers.
Yes, they
So they'll
do.
end up with
Because
the
it's
wives
something
and
that's
things like that.
familiar.
You understand?
Yeah, it's familiarity. It's like when, you've got all right, we all know that as the Black nation, we didn't start off properly in the whole beginning. That was then. We didn't have no training how to look a man, how to look a woman, we didn't have them training. What we had training in is that the family don't speak properly, communicate. There's things going on with your parents, and your parents are not being honest with each other or the children about the relationship. Then the children don't know how to have a relationship. Then they go outside thinking it's okay for me to go and get a girlfriend or go and get a baby mother or go and get a baby father, because we don't even have husband and wife titles. We have baby father and baby mother titles. And then it's like one whole vicious circle, because sometimes the mum is at home and she might be feeling a bit stressed out and don't know how to express herself, going through a bit of trauma and not taking accountability of what happened and bits and pieces. And then her boy child comes, and then her boy child might remind her of the man that she's still pissed off at and want to cuss the boy or tell the boy you look like your father, or your father's this, and then the boy child has a bit of complex within himself that he may not feel that good. You get what I mean? So I think it's a lot of different stuff. There's not one solution. There's lots of different pieces.
Sorry to interrupt you, yeah? And I'm not being disrespectful in any way, form or fashion, yeah? The pain, see the situation because my cousin's another one that has lost her son to this disgusting knife crime, yeah? Right, boom. So when I watch the caliber of people around her, it's just bare female energy. There's no man them taking control of the situation and trying to put things in perspective. And you can see where men are meant to be functioning in that arena. We ain't got many men in our family on that side. But the men that are there, they were all weak and washed man them. Like no one to go and just, it's frustrating even to now. So when I'm thinking on a grand scheme of it, cuz us men still have a lot to answer. Cuz that's what I'm doing.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying you don't.
That's why I'm at the forefront.
I'm not saying you don't. No, but I'm just saying where it stems from, because of course everybody has to take accountability, because you can see when that happened to my son, I did things, I run things. Not that I wanted to.
Saying, how are you running things? How? You got a man in the yard and he ain't running things. How does that work, fam?
Yeah,
How does
but
that
then
work? Every
because you know
single
what?
woman.
Let me tell you why. You know
Sorry.
how that works, cuz let me tell you how that works. Because I picked the wrong man in the first place. That's how that works. Yeah?
But
Because
yes,
I knew, yeah, listen, no, to be honest, I was in a state when I've got 4 baby fathers, and I never had no guidance onto how man and woman are supposed to be. I come from a house of domestic violence. I don't know the concept of them bits and pieces, so I've had to train and teach myself. So I take accountability for I wouldn't say mistakes, all my lessons I've learned, because it's a big lesson for me.
all the decisions
And
that you made.
it's a decision that I made.
Yeah,
And
listen, Lovey, listen. Do you
I'm
know what we'll
proud.
do?
Wait. Please just wait a
Sorry,
second.
sorry, sorry.
Thank you. Go ahead,
Sorry,
Yeah,
Lily.
baby.
yeah,
Go on.
yeah. So,
Yeah,
yeah,
this
so
is for me. It's a
that's on me. But what
I'm
I'm
gonna
not
take
gonna
the
do
line
is
over.
I'm not gonna make that define me and say, okay, then because of this, I'm less than the way everybody the program sets out to be. Because I've got 3 boy children. One's gone up there, and I've got 2 boy children here physically, and 1 daughter. I have to make the best that I can do. I'm not gonna teach them that, oh, I'm this and that. I'm not a man. I don't want to be a man. I don't want to try and be a man. I just have to survive and make it work.
Can I say something before I let let me see the name of it. Gibbsy. Let me tell you this. So I had a conversation with my uncle yesterday, right? And he was telling me that it's mad. He's having problems in his relationship now simply because his partner's grandchild doesn't have his dad in his life, right? And he's a young child, yeah. You get that, yeah. So he doesn't have his dad in his life. So my uncle is like the granddad, yeah. However, because he lives in the home with the mum, with her mum, he's more like dad. So this little boy does not listen to nobody in that house but him. Yeah. So they have a lot of problems in disciplining him and this and that and that and that. And what he's trying to explain to them is it's not about some favoritism. It's because he's a man. When that little boy hears him talk, he knows what time it is. Like instantly, he's a child that he told me. So like I tell him he can't come in the kitchen. He can't do like he knows the no. He knows and he understands certain things in it. But when they're telling him, it's not hitting the same. And I'm telling you, it starts from there because that presence. It's just the presence of the men is needed. You get me? But again, like what sis said, yeah, it's like, and unless I give you this number, there's nothing. Everything that happens from that point, I have to take accountability for my contribution because here, what I gave you my number. I allowed you in. I did that. You can't do that without me, Max. You can't do all of that stuff that you're talking about without me giving you my number. Can't happen. So that's why
But then
it's the women because
Allow it,
Max, she's
allow
not
it,
talking
allow it,
about you.
allow it.
She's not talking about you specifically, Max.
That. I could get. Listen, don't. Listen. My game is different, you know. And see, these man them that are narcissistic and they got bad intentions. Do not play about with me. Before you know it, I'm in your bed. Don't play with me, cuz. That's how men we can move. We're predators. That's what we do.
yeah, but then
That's what we do. You
no,
can't
but
tell
then
us any different. You can't sit there and say,
Listen,
oh,
Max.
that's why you sat
let
there.
me say,
Listen.
That's where you
no,
sat there,
cuz
no, Kazi. That's why you sat there, and certain women would sit there and say, I don't know how I ended up with this guy, you know.
no, but then they take accountability
no,
for
because I was at a low frequency.
situations
I
and
do
stuff.
know I was at a low
Exactly. That's what we
frequency.
know. We deal with that. Sorry, Gibbsy. Sorry, I was gonna go.
I was at a low frequency.
Going
I
mad
was
on
at a
that.
low
Sorry,
frequency,
gives them
not
comfort.
thinking of myself, not putting myself first. So that's what
Aye.
happened. So when the serpent came around, he was easy to pick me up because I was low. But
Responsibility and
then
accountability.
when you see the red flags and bits and pieces and stuff, we go and ask our brethren some stupid question and our brethren don't have no good answer. Oh, it's all right, man. He's just going to do this one time. You know, you might not get a man again. You know, time is short, man. That's what they do. You get some dumb advice and then you pick it up. But you see, when you start to study yourself and know yourself, yeah,
I bet.
and clean out your closet and clean out your life, then you know things.
And that's how I learned that. Because when I went back to the men, remember I was saying in the beginning, and I went back to those men and I started to reflect, and I was like, okay, so the situation and circumstance you was in make you have that state of mind.
Yeah, it's true. You do it. Guys, I say thank you. Max,
Sorry.
Dwayne, Lovey, Empress, blessings. You're talking mere sense. Don't forget, yeah, so this is a journey for us, yeah. And the reason why I like getting older, I'm in my late 40s now. I'm practically 50 next week anyway, yeah. But don't tell anyone. The fact is, we it's growth in it. We learn as we go forth, right? And that is the growth is the powerful part. All of us make mistakes, and we're not here to judge. It's not about judging because none of us are saints, right? We can't say anything about it. It's just that okay, the self-awareness is the powerful thing, because when you're self-aware and you're responsible for yourself and you take your wins and losses, you're more considerate to other people, yeah? And you recognize, the idea is that we recognize so we don't make the same mistakes twice, although we do sometimes. But the journey is to be reflective and live in gratitude and go, do you know what? Yeah, I'm not gonna do that sometimes, and trust our gut, yeah? But we're human beings, and the idea is how can we grow and be better people, right? But listen, as a community, we all make mistakes. But Lovey, listen, don't you do what you do and you learn. But the fact is, how can we impart that knowledge for the others, for the youngers, and be better people, right? Because you're right. Listen, I'm grateful. I grew up with my grandma and my mum and my granddad in Harlesden, Northwest 10, right? And my dad was around, but my mum and my dad got divorced when I was young, when I was 3. But he was around on the weekends. But still, my mum was an absolute soldier, right? And, they say like, as a son, as the only boy, I've done quite well in my life. I'm quite successful, in terms of what I've done compared to my pals in Stonebridge and Harlesden, yeah? So I'm all about strong women, all about that. Because strong black women are what we need. And don't forget discipline. I got beat growing up, right? If I was out of order, I got a clipping. I think the lack of discipline nowadays, to some degree, maybe has something to do with it, because I wasn't out the street at 9 o'clock at night.
So my question to you, yeah, is did you have relationships? Because again, it's relationships with aunties, sisters, cousins. Like, was your relationships like growing up with the women in your family?
Yeah, majority aunties, because my mum has 4 sisters and my dad's got all brothers. So yeah, a very strong female influence growing up.
Was there relationships, or was there just, because again, a lot of us have grown up in communities where we have a lot of family members, aunties, uncles, all these people, but I'm talking about relationships with
personal.
them. Yeah, having a relationship.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, absolutely.
The men in my family,
absolutely, yeah, I did, because don't forget, as a West Indian household, it was respect, and it was fearful. You're not talking out loud. You're not acting up. It's respectful. So it was all family based. So yeah, but that growing up taught me how to respect women in a way. So my attitude towards them is very different. I'm old school with women. Do you mean I'm very disciplined? I can't, the way these kids and some people talk to me nowadays, even online, I couldn't do it. It won't come out of my mouth because I'm respectful. Do you mean?
You find it easy to open up to women in your family as well, like speaking to them? Was that an easy thing for you to do?
Not really. No, not really. No, not really.
That's what I mean about relationships. Do you understand?
Yeah, because it was maybe, I don't know, like I just dealt with it. So I handled my issues on my own, because I was seen also growing up as a pseudo provider. So my job was to make sure that the women in my family and environment are protected and supported. That was it. Do you mean? Yeah. So, and however that may come across or whatever that may manifest itself in, that was our job growing up with the kids. Like that was it. It wasn't. It was a very black and white line. It is the men were men and the women were women. But it wasn't as messy as it is today. That's why I said I couldn't grow up today in this madness, because it's too crazy. And I think respect for women is paramount. But then don't forget my relationship with my mother, because it is, I think Empress said it or Lovey said it, how you grow up as a child and your relationship does affect you growing up into a man as well, to some degree, right? So I had a very respectful growing up. I love going to school. I had a great, great school days. And I love women from a young age, and I respected strong women, so that's my attitude. But everyone's different, do you mean? And I don't get guys who don't like their mum. I struggle with that. It might have issues, but West Indian people, West Indian men should have a undying adoration for their women in their family.
Yeah, but there's a difference.
I'd say that though, Lee. But I'd say that. But what about the men? Because this is the problem. Do you know, what about the men? Like, what are women really doing for the men? How are they nourishing you? How are they giving you strength at your root to stand up strong? Because
Yeah.
my analogy is we're like trees. We've got the leaves, the branches, and the roots, yeah? Branches can be around for a very long time, but if you put pressure on them, they're going to break. So how are you watering the roots, yeah? And a lot of people have got a lot of weeds in their roots, yeah? But if you take them away, the weeds can be used for healing, you know, but you've got to lock in to do the work. So what are people feeding the roots? Because you see, when it comes to a man now, they need nourishing. Like I've saw my mom like cater to men in a different way, make sure he's got a hot meal, like probably just rub down his body, make sure he's got strength, all of these things. What are women really doing for the men of today? So it's a case of we want them to provide and protect, but what are we doing to give them strength to be able to do that? Do you get it? Like it's a lot. Where do the men? Yeah, the women. Yeah, we're the portals of life. We give life. But at the same time, what are we doing? We're just creating death and destruction out here because there's nothing being really fed to the root.
Empress, but you did say it earlier on, right? Where you are in your life is what you attract, right? So I do believe in that. I'm the eternal optimist in it, so I can't do negative too much because it just clouds me. But I think where you are in your life, the energy you give out is what you attract. If you're in a dark place and you're trying to meet people, you're going to find dark people. If you're positive and upbeat, you're going to find upbeat people. Not all the time. I'm being a bit like kumbaya, but I do think if you're not ready and you're not in that place, then don't go and meet people. Don't do it. Heal yourself. Go and make sure you're all right.
But again,
But
awareness.
some people don't even know that they're not all right, though. People don't know that they're not all right. Like they're just walking around here thinking that I'm good, but they're not good. They're doing bad.
Yeah, but it's the self-awareness. It's the honesty with yourself, isn't it? It's that people don't, all the answers that you seek to find come from questions you refuse to ask yourself, right? So if you're not ready, because we all the old cliches, country loves misery, blah blah. But I think the strongest thing is to be alone, to be by yourself and go, right, do you know what? I'm not ready for this yet. Give me some. Let me just work on myself, and I think that's self-awareness, and that takes a lot. But I think,
Not many people can be in solitude though until they're solid, unfortunately. And lockdown had a lot of factors to this as well, because people couldn't sit down with themselves. They just still want to run out and be in everything. So people haven't sat down with themselves. But back to what you said, you do attract what you are and you attract what you're not as well, because everything is basically, life is just one big test. So it's totally up to you. You get tested every single day, good or bad. So it's up to you to realize what battles to fight, when to actually just take a little backseat. But you've got to be in solitude until you're solid, and not many people can do that. So this is why they get broken very quickly, because you have to be in solitude until you're solid. Like I love to be alone. Nobody,
Empress,
nobody can
what you just
affect
said there is actually beautiful, where you said like everything in life is a test. And it's kind of like, I say everything in life is an opportunity rather than a test. And then we choose whether it's going to be a test or not, because everything is an opportunity to listen, learn, change, grow and evolve. Yeah. But that's if we take the opportunity to do just that. It will either test us or be an opportunity. Everything in life is an opportunity. Everything in life is an opportunity to do better, to be better, to do you know what I mean? Like if we want to do that, like you said, everyone is attracted to the light. Nothing is not attracted. So the good, the bad, the ugly, the indifferent, the moths, the bats, the even other good people, everyone is attracted to the light. So you've got to stay in your light and know exactly who you are.
And Dwayne, that's the test, isn't it? That is it. That is understanding yourself and knowing what you get, and owning it, ownership. Like know your limits and know what you're good at and not good at. Like focus on what you're good at. There's a little test I do every New Year, right? I write a little list down. So I write down on one side of the paper, I write down what I enjoy, what I'm good at. On the other side, it's a conversation with myself saying, Gibbs, you know what? You're not good at that. You're bad at this. Own it up. And it's a conversation I have, right? But I own it. I own my bad. I own my losses. And I think that ownership strengthens you going forward, because I know what I'm not good at. I know I can't do it, and I don't stress about that. I know what I can do. And that comfort is how you move forward, because it's a journey, right? The happiness is in the journey, not destination.
What I will say as well, is that what I've learned myself about accountability and all that is that no one else need to know about this, It's all about the action. Like, my actions are my accountability.
Yeah.
Yeah, forget yourself for the joint. But
Can
yeah,
I say?
so sometimes I feel like people feel like for them to be accountable and take responsibility and own stuff, they have to tell someone. Like you literally need to do what Empress said. You just need to sit with yourself. And I'm telling you, it ain't pretty. It ain't a pretty sight. But you know what? It's not. No one don't need to see that.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, looking in the mirror is a serious thing. It's not a joke. Like, elements of
Yeah.
life that people take for granted, and when you're looking at reflections and putting that back into the world, and then sleeping with people and then putting that back into it's just too much.
Yeah, it's overwhelming. It's listen, this life is overwhelming, and it does, and we do need space to decompress because it's in our heads, right? And so we do need to kind of find a way to let that. Like, I don't know if we do hobbies anymore. Like, do we do any hobbies? Do we do anything with like walking or running or? Do you know what I mean? Like, we need to make time for ourselves to decompress a little bit as well.
Sorry,
But we
one
don't.
second.
Sorry.
Can I just do a
Can I
welfare
say?
check? Maxie, are you there? All right, cool.
Can I just say? I think it's one of the statements that we use for ourselves. A strong black woman.
Yeah.
I don't use that statement anymore in my whole life because I'm not a strong black woman. I just do things because I have to. I'm not a strong black woman. You see, when you have that idea of being a strong black woman, you don't ask for help, and then you're holding all your bits and pieces. You start. I don't know if it starts to make you act like a man and bits, and because you're strong. From this happened to my son and stuff. I hate that word, strong black woman. I'm not a strong black woman. I'm a nice soft black woman. Thank you. I'm not a strong black woman. I need some help. Thank you. I need a partner, a man that is strong enough for me so I don't have to be strong. Then I can just be a normal, nice black woman. A strong black woman is not. My son even said to me that he sees me as his mum and dad. I'm like, no, son, please. I'm not your dad. I'm just your mum. You've got a dad. He may not be up to par, but you got one. Because strong black women, I think that's what's destroying us as black women. We're strong black women. We go outside, we're hurting, we're in pain. We see our friend and we say we're okay. We're strong black women. We're in a house, we're suffering, we're depressed. We won't ask for help. Strong black women, our boy children are not listening to us in the house. That's why they're outside at 12 o'clock in the night, because they're not listening to the mothers in the house. The mothers are not asking nobody for help, and they're going on like they're okay, strong black woman. That's what I have to say.
I hear that, Logie, but you can still be a strong black woman. I class myself as a strong, powerful black woman, but I still ask for help when needed. There's a difference because a lot of people are in their ego. They don't want to ask for help. So,
Yeah,
like
you're
my
speaking
son,
from a different
But it's
intention. I love that.
because
yeah, it's everything's to
sorry
do
to
with
cut you.
intention at the same time. So, like,
But Empress, because all right, if you're like me, you know yourself, you're spiritual. I know I'm the first. I know I'm a Sybil. That's how far I know I am. I know
Right.
I'm creation. I come from the creation. Nothing before me. Even the black matters, the black woman up there. Everything belongs to us as black women. I know that much. But then the people them that don't really are at that level, when they hear strong black woman, especially the young children, because my son's friends always come and check me. One was just here. They have this. No, I don't need to do it. I don't need to do it with the man. I'm okay. I'm strong. They don't. They haven't. Got that balance.
like a stigma.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
Yeah. What I've observed with that, is that to kind of to kind of understand your point, Max. Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of expectation from men of women in respect of what these lot are saying. Yeah, like about what they can do, and a lot of that comes from seeing single parent homes mostly, and seeing your mom, watching her doing everything. Yeah, and I see a lot of men do this. They love and respect their mum for her strong black woman. You understand what I mean? So, yeah, and it's not strong because even those women are living with the traumas of it's not being a strong. They're not strong. They're just doing what they had to do, innit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Second, they're the woman that you see in Peckham that has got a stick. Because if you look outside now, most of our black women have got a leg problem. Terry's laughing because I keep talking about it. They've got a stick. They're walking, they're limping. Even me right now, my legs mash up, but I'm gonna fix it. But then, if you start to look at the black women at a certain age, what am I 30? Hold on, I know I'm 48 next week, one of the weeks. Anyway, everybody my age, they've got that. If they ain't got this fibroid, they got this is hurting. The hip don't work, the knee's gone. They got arthritis. They got this. You know what it is? Inside trauma of going outside and saying I'm all right, but I'm dying inside.
100.
I was very shocked when I understood about the trauma in the stomach.
Yeah. That's all right, baby man. We've done up and down and left and right, but yeah, the where and where it sits in people, and like the
Yeah.
neck. I know someone that had like literally they had to go to hospital because they had in the neck back. It was just built right. It was mad, and it was yeah, baby. Hi. I'm waiting for your show. Light in the mood for a second, but yeah, man.
It's because, we need to protect our auric field. So it goes back to the
Yeah.
Kundalini, our chakras and stuff. I'm extremely spiritual and I can heal chakras, and I've been blessed with that and I'm grateful. But it all starts with us. Like, as I said, the root, it starts from the ground up. Now, as Black women, we carry a lot of everybody else's pressures and whichever, and we don't really do the healing work on ourselves. What are we really pouring into ourselves? What are we really doing? Because you have to think this is the most highest world at the same time. There's a lot of healing things for us here, but we're not locking in. Like, as I said about the weeds, when you take the weeds away, the nettles, the dandelions, these things heal us, but we're not tapping into these things to give us strength. So what's actually happening? And then we're holding up other people all the time. And that's what's breaking our back. That's what's killing our kneecaps and our legs and stuff like that. So it has to kind of make sense. So I'm very accountable. If I need help, I've got no problem asking for the help. I'm not trying to struggle and carry all the bags on my own. Like, think about it, Erica Badu, bag lady.
But can I be honest?
This is it.
You better sing, Empress. You better sing.
You know
No, but this is it. Do you get it though?
No,
Like,
but
the songs.
but hear the joke, Emps. I hear you, and I'm like, yeah, go girls, like good. Nah, Kazi, I'm gonna talk my Kazi here. I'm gonna talk to all the females in here. Yeah, I'm so sorry that we haven't been there to support you through what you're going through, because
I concur.
see, like how I am now. Yeah, see, like I'm watching, I'm listening, I'm talking to my I'm seeing how my wife is at the moment, and the thing that I'm doing at the moment, yeah, is that every morning I'm consciously speaking light into her, because it's necessary. Like, I've got 25 godchildren, like, because of the circumstances of single mums being left. Like, you get me? I'm surrogate father to how many? Because of the situation. I would love to be able to say, Kazi, she knows I've got her when it comes to her boys. Like, it's mad, but we need more men them that just to be active to do what we need to do. But we're not doing the job. We're not doing our duty. When something happens, the loss of your child, we should be able to fill in that gap. If a man disappears, we should be able to fill in the gap straight away as a village, easily. Not take over as a father, but we should be doing that. That should be happening. But I'm realizing I'm one man. Man can't do it. I look like an idiot. I spread myself thin.
No, you're right. It takes a community.
Not fair. You lot shouldn't be that sort of. I can see it with Shan. I'm a married man, so I know what it's. I can feel it. She doesn't want She doesn't want to be strong like that. She doesn't want to be. She wants to be looked after and cherished and nurtured and loved and appreciated and whisked off her foot on all them things there.
Love that. I love
Because
that.
you know what, when I moved into my house, I did everything. Like, those that know me know, man. I did everything myself. I'm talking about, I put up that bed, I plumbed the washing machine. I did all the stuff in both the houses. Like, it was a lot. I did a lot of stuff on my own, yeah? So, again, I've gone straight into my 100% feminine. I'm just a woman. And when I got my new bed, I sat there, Empress, I said, I'm not doing it. And I put on my WhatsApp, I said, I'm done with men. Because if I have to put up this bed, because I can do it, but why should I have to do that? I don't want to. I just want to be, so I don't want
It goes back to what Empress said. Just ask for the help. There should be a man there. Do you know what I mean?
And they came.
Well, and that's all you have to do. For example, my mum says that she's fiercely independent. So everything that Max is talking about, I know what he's talking about. I speak life into every woman in my life. Don't ever get it twisted. Every woman on here today, I'm showing you nothing but love and support in any way that I can. That sometimes may not be in a physical form. It might just be via the spirit, via the universe, because I can't physically be there. I can't physically get to you. I can't be in two places at once. It's impossible. I have 3 kids of my own. I've got nephews, I've got nieces, I've got godkids. There's a lot going on. Like you said, Max, one man can't do it on his own, but there should be a village. Yeah. But my mum saying that she's fiercely independent is also teaching me, yeah, to beg her for me to be there.
Yes.
Like this,
Yes.
let me say it. Yeah, let me say it because I'm a son. I'm a man. I'm telling you what it is for me. You can't tell me
Yes.
what it is. You can't tell me. I'm telling you. I'm the son. I'm telling you exactly what it is. I have to beg my mom to be there for her. I have to beg to be that person that you are talking about that we should be, Max, as men. I have to beg my mom. Beg. But I do it anyway. Every single day. I call her, I video call her, let her know I'm there. But I have to beg her simply to make her dinner. Mum, if you need me, I'm gonna come and get you dinner. No, son, I don't want to be a brother. No, no, I'm fiercely
Yeah, because
independent. I can do it myself. You can't do it by yourself.
you know what it
Why are
is?
you
It's
lying?
because it's not that. It is that because I've got the same situation. My son, Luke, my oldest son, he does everything for me. When I had my baby, he does everything. He was there, everything. And what I did, I noticed that with him, it's like I had to make sure I draw myself away from him because he's stopping his life on a certain level because he's still got his mum to to look after basically because I ain't ever prepared myself good enough to have a partner so he doesn't have to worry, take that worry off of his head. You get me? So
I
I
understand
do
that though,
understand a
and I
hundred
do. I
percent where you're
respect it.
coming from. So
Yeah,
like I understand exact, but who is pouring into you?
I'm always pouring into me. I don't give from my
No,
cup.
but then
No,
that's
no,
the
wait.
thing.
Let me land. Let me land.
Yeah.
Let me land so everybody knows. I ain't chatting shit. I don't give from my cup. My kids, my mum. No, that's what I'm saying. So you see what you're talking about. You're my mum right now. My mum
Hmm.
does not have to concern herself with me giving from my cup, but she
Hmm.
does. She
Yes.
continues to think that because she gives from her cup. So she thinks I do.
Yes.
I do
I
not.
suppose so.
I don't lead with sacrificial love. There might be sacrifice and compromise involved in what I do, but it doesn't come at the
Okay.
sacrifice of my spirit and my alignment. It
Okay,
doesn't
but
come at the sacrifice of me and what's in my cup. I only give from my overflow to everyone in my life.
yeah, but what I want to go back to something that Empress said here about who is pouring into you because my
Yeah.
relationship with men again are 20 years strong friendships I got with my guys, you know, and to the point where they are my brothers, they are my daughter's uncles, they are cemented, they're my mum's adopted children. Do you understand? There's levels to this because I have to be able to support them because who's supporting them? You understand? A
Yeah.
lot you got listen. It is an individual thing. I tend to find men that don't have cousins and sisters for some reason. So they need women, right? But the consistency of that they've had me consistent for nearly 20 odd years.
Mm.
Consistent. You understand? I'm the go-to, like for everything now to keep the balance. You understand? Because it's necessary.
Mhm.
And this is what women remember. I spoke to you about this about why I respect Shan because women like this understand the need for women and men to have good
Mhm.
relationships. You understand? Together, we need each other.
Yeah,
Mm.
a lot of, I think a lot of the times it is that okay, then if, for example, my cousin, now the way he is with everybody, woman and man, if he got a woman in his life that was fussy about them things, like what you said, fussy about him spreading his love basically with everybody because they get jealous, then Terry would have to fall back. So a lot of the men them out there, some of the men
Whoa,
them
whoa,
out
whoa!
there
Don't be
want to
doing the
do that.
governments, Cuzzy. Don't be doing the governments and that. Allow it, fam. Allow it. Allow it. Allow it.
What name you want? What name you want?
Max,
Max, sorry, Max, I'm so sorry.
Only why do
beating
you have
me
to
up.
bring up something that no one were even hearing?
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
you baited yourself up because nobody
It's
heard.
not 9565, man.
Nobody heard, Max. I'll just say cuz that one over there. So yeah, that
No
cuz
one.
the cuz, yeah. Then a lot of the women feel jealous. Like my partners that I never feel jealous of any man or any partner or ever want any woman to feel jealous of. I'm getting too much information from their man, but some women have got this thing that they just want to keep that man to themselves. If you get that, some women don't know the community level of life.
They don't know no better. That's all they've seen, and this again,
Yes,
this is a mirror of
basically.
what they've seen. Again,
Yeah.
I think you said it. Like my mother, the relationship that I've seen my mum have with men from a child till now,
is just phenomenal. I think it's you, Empress. It's like what you've grown to see. I think this is where going back to accountability. Some people don't want to sit and actually have to take account for the parents that they actually have. It's just
Yeah,
it's your parents, and I say it with chest. Talk to your
me
mum.
too.
Go talk to
Yeah,
your mum. No disrespect. Have a conversation with your mum, because if you had a relationship with her, you understand, you might get to know certain
but
things. That's why I'm very big
but
on
the
the word
mothers,
relationship, man. It means you've
but
got
the
a.
mothers have gone through. Sorry to cut you.
No, no, no.
Sorry.
Go ahead, babe.
Sorry, the mothers have gone through a certain trauma. My mum came from an era where she was, I can't remember, she lived in Jamaica. My grandma had two other children here. She was the Jamaican child. She came over. Certain things happened to her that she holds in within herself. They hold things to themselves. You ask them a question, they lie, they act like it never happened. They don't want to admit it. You're feeling confused. So what it is I know is that we've got DNA trauma, regardless of anything. Trauma runs within our DNA. So
Yeah.
sometimes I can't go to my mother and ask her questions at all about nothing because she ain't gonna answer me.
Consistency. Trust
Well,
me,
if we
sister.
keep speaking like that
Trust
anyway,
me.
because words are like spells. So if we keep speaking like that, like our trauma's in our DNA, it's going to resonate there. It's still going to
No,
be
no,
there.
no.
So,
I'm not
oh, wait
talking
there, wait
about
there.
it
I'm
to
just
dwell
saying
on.
anyway,
Sorry.
everything starts from the root. Like, obviously, I'm
Yeah,
spiritual and do all of that, but I've been doing the shadow work actively
yeah,
with my mum and my dad. Like,
Yeah.
you have to really sit down and have that communication there because, like, their traumas or whichever is still affecting them till today because it's like they're
yeah,
in a loop of that bullshit. So you've just got to cut the cords. You cannot spell truth without hurt. So this is why I
yeah.
say
No,
you
but
gotta feel it to heal it at the same time. But we can't be making up excuses for our trauma. It because this happened to me and that happened. It's
yeah,
already happened. It's already passed. What are you presenting today to elevate and help your future? Like
Can
really,
I
we
all
need
but
to be
yeah.
can
I
asking
I
the
was
right
just
questions.
but can I
sorry. I was
say
just
that the
mentioning it
women
to say
go on.
that's what happened. But then, like, I don't have a mother and dad to go to heal nothing. So they're in their shadow. They're gonna stay in there. And I've realized that sometimes you can't flog a dead horse. So what I'm doing now is sorting out my own shadow and my own traumas so I don't pass it on to my daughter and my children.
I hear that, but you know, I have my view, yeah. Because I'm telling you, I've had to spend a lot of time. I'm talking years of consistency and conversation and getting maybe cuss out here and there, but I'm going back. I don't give up, and I've managed to build a relationship like, oh my god, it's just open. I can just ask a question now, and it's just. Whereas 5 years ago, I'm getting cussed out. Don't ask me no my business. Don't ask me that about my part. But like it was. I didn't want answers when I stopped making it about me and more about
Mhm.
them, whether it be mom and dad. I'm telling you that the work I've done with my mom and dad, I'm all right now because I understand you. Like, I get
We
you.
don't have like yeah, I no. Sometimes you have to. Sometimes you can go to somebody so many times so you end up hurting yourself that you have to realize that sometimes you just have to not do that,
But it's always
and
doing
that's
it
just
different. There's always a way to get into
this.
someone. I
I've
believe
done
that,
this.
and I've
No,
done it.
not every. No,
Listen.
see
Listen.
like
Let me tell you
a
something.
woman.
Yeah,
Someone just
my
told you.
mum,
Someone just.
my
I know.
parents
I'm gonna mirror off your
are
mum and
not
dad in
doing
it.
it.
No, 100%.
I'm not doing it. Like not do. Basically, what happened to me? My parents don't speak to me. They ain't reached out to call me. My dad don't call me from America to find out how I am. So, like I said, I've had to do my own spiritual work. I've had to do my own giving and
100%.
taking
Well
and
done, son.
respecting. I respect them for how they live. I don't have no animosity towards them. Some people can do it, some people can't do it. So, yeah. So, what I'm going to do is make sure that my legacy that I'm leaving, remember, I'm going to be an ancestor. I've got children. I'm putting it out there in the community. Sometimes I can't help within my own house, but I can help outside. Every little helps.
Can I say
No,
something to you before
no,
you
hold
tell
on.
me? Oh, go
See
on.
like the see like no sorry sis, because it's bet. See that someone just put there some of them are someone just put in there they're fatherless and motherless. Sorry to hear that, yeah. And I feel it for Kazi because I saw it go through that whole procedure, whole process where the family are meant to come together in a time of need, and then everybody's gone about their business. It was disgusting. But you see, like how I've seen it now. I love my mum, I love my dad, but they can stay over there in it. Simple as. Because my mum doesn't want to deal with her trauma. I'm not doing no shadow with her. Yeah, because we're not on levels of mindset. I'm not gonna do no shadow with my dad because we're not on levels of mindset. It's a crazy one. And I've got to now look at my household, build my foundation, and then start to build bit by bit from there. Because see, going back there ain't gonna happen because they're not gonna be real enough to go and have them kind of conversations, sit down and cry with me, talk with me, and blah blah blah.
It doesn't have to get that deep. It doesn't have to.
No. It's not about getting deep. It's not about that. Because you know what these parents have done? They're living in a cuckoo land. It's mad.
I know, but listen, you're talking to someone that is actively doing this and has
Dude, that's up to
actively.
you. That's your way. And I get it. Love that. That's you, Lee. That's how you are, Lee. That's you. But you see this here now. See how I'm watching I'm watching my dad can't tell me nothing about what I do. He doesn't know what I do. My mum thinks she knows me, but she don't know me. Louder. This is why. Yeah, go on.
I need to say this because this is it. Yes, they are the parents. You see, someone said it. Was it you, Lovey? About the parents don't call. It's for us, and I had to take this accountability. I had to be calling my dad. My dad was a person who was like,
It's not like that.
I've done the this.
No,
Yeah, but it's
all up.
no, that's what I'm saying. Everybody's
How
got
can
different parents.
how come my cousin lose her child and you haven't called her?
Okay, that's
Make that make sense to me.
All right.
People can't care for themselves, Matt.
Relax.
If people can't care
Relax,
for
Matt.
themselves, they most definitely can't care for you. So that's how you just have to see. If people can't care
Yes.
for themselves in the action that they're doing, they most definitely can't care for you. So I ain't looking for care over there. Like, it has to make sense.
Exactly.
You know?
Yes.
I'll give you a quick story time, but not story time. Like my dad's mom, she left her children in Jamaica to come over here and start a life. So my dad was born over here. My nan lives up the road from me. I said to my dad, I don't really know my nan. When my son was born, we tried to go around there. She's like, me here. Me can't even, no, nobody can come, me here. So we couldn't go to my nan. So I didn't get to see her. I just glimpsed her for a second. But as time went there, as time's going by, I've said, hold on. I don't know my nan. I'm going round there. I knocked on that door 4 times, yeah? My dad was like, oh, did you see the window twitching? She was probably in. So he's rang a house phone, yeah? And he's like, she's in. So I've circled back there. So I've knocked on the door and I'm like, oh, I'm such and such's daughter. She's looking at me like, what? She's like, no, it's your dad's fault. And but I've saw my dad actively trying. So when I've communicated with this woman for like 5 minutes as it was, yeah, I really overstood my dad and I understood the trauma that he's went through and stuff. So I understand now his love language. So when I've asked him certain questions, I'm like, Dad, have you ever been in love? He said no, because he's never known love. So how can he go looking for something that he doesn't know? So this woman, she doesn't care. So I don't care either in that aspect. Like when he's bringing me things about her, like, oh, my mum, I said, Dad, I don't want to know. I don't want to know. You've got to know when to cut it off. And she lives right round the corner. I could bump into her in a shop, anything. And I just about still know what this woman looks like. But she lives down the road from me. So it's just these little things. Like the trauma is so deep rooted for them. They don't want to do the work. So you just have to leave them to it because it's going to cause you more trauma trying to understand theirs when they don't understand themselves.
No.
What's the host want to say? The host wants to say something to us.
Say nothing.
Hey, Max, relax. Max, relax.
I
Let the
wanted to
host
say,
speak to
hello,
us.
I want to speak the host, yeah? Let's do this.
Pressure is
properly,
getting
yeah?
worse.
I'm the host. You be, no, joking. I would like to say that Savage has just entered the building. So, so let's, calm yourself, innit? I'm introducing Savage, innit?
Thank you, my
No,
darling.
wait. Hold on. Set to Inside Brockway. Typical Watch the Ride Inside. Whose idea is this in the first place, yeah? Allow
doing
it.
all right.
Allow it. Don't go, man. Oh, the host and host. Max is the catalyst of this blood fire. You get me? Straight up and down.
Bro, why are you making this about you? Why are you making this about you? Relax. It's all right. We
How
love you. Thank you,
did
Max.
we
Right.
get
That's why I'm
here?
gonna have to call your government name.
That is being naughty, man.
Big up, though.
Host. Go on,
We've got
host.
half an hour, so let's,
Can I just quickly share my little tidbit while I'm here? Is that okay?
yes, please, my sweet.
Just from what I've heard, I have to say that I feel like I relate to Max and Lovey's perception of this situation. And I say that from the perspective of
I think when you're going on your journey, as much as you want to help other people, as much as you want to support other people, the more you get to know about what the spiritual journey is, you become more aware of your capacity, and you become more aware of what is a boundary for you. And if you recognize that certain people are just not meeting and matching, like Max said, that's a point for you to learn, I can't help this person. Do you see what I'm saying? Even with the best intentions in the world, if someone doesn't acknowledge that there is an issue, like, I don't know if you lot are familiar with the 12-step program of Alcoholics Anonymous, yeah?
Just
As
learned
mu-
that yesterday. Yes.
Is it? Yeah. So with the 12,
Talking about the stage 4 of resentment.
see it there? So I find that although that program is specific to alcoholics and drug addicts, for me, that program can be applied to any process of development and recovery. And we are all, if we've got traumas, we're all in a process of recovery. And the first step is acknowledgement. If someone doesn't acknowledge that there is a problem, there is no problem.
Okay.
If there's no problem, there's nothing to solve. There's nothing to help them with. Do you see what I'm saying? So if we see within our parent, we might feel that we see a problem, but they don't see it. So from they don't see that there's a problem, it's like, do you know what? I have to learn now to relinquish control, to cease the desire to try to quote unquote fix you, and keep on my journey for myself. And when you are ready, because you know what they say, when the student is ready, the teacher appears. You might not be the teacher right now. And sometimes we feel like we are the teacher because we can see it. So we want to make sure that they know and they can do, and we want to help them know they're not ready for the lesson. So our lesson, what we have to learn to do, not even have to, because I'm not here to tell people what they need to do with their life, but what we can learn to do is learn to relinquish and let go and allow people to learn their lessons in their own time.
Everybody got their own life journey.
And
Everybody
they
got
may
their own
never learn it.
I was just thinking that, Dwayne.
Just so, because I want to touch on something, yeah?
That's okay as well. That's all right.
That really is okay, but I also
okay.
want to touch on, yeah, these people. Listen, I feel everyone in this room right now is 10-gallon type of love, yeah, 10-gallon type of loving people. That's what I think we are. We all love on a 10-gallon level. Now we might have been brought into a family by our very own parents who are just 1 pint kind of love. They are giving us all they can give us, but we are 10-gallon. They're just not going to be able to fill us up. It's not going to happen. So I'm not going to be mad at my mum or dad or uncle, aunt, cousin, sister, brother, who is 1 pint, 5 pint type of love when I'm a 10-gallon kind of guy. I put myself around. I choose the family that I want to be around that can give me back the 10-gallon type of love. I'm not going to waste my time being angry with my family, friends, or acquaintances that are unable. Yeah, they do not have the capacity. They do not have the ability. Whether they're ready or not, they just may not even be able to. They might be 1 pint, 5 pint. They're giving you all they can. But I'm 10-gallon. How are they going to be able to fill me up? They can't. That's my job.
Especially with my own mother, it's like, obviously when I come out of jail, I'll be real, she was not interested in me talking about nothing, because it's that culture of don't chat your business, da 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 da. Do you understand? And even speaking about the losses, I had 10 losses. Yeah, let's get into it. I had 10 losses when I was in the prison, which means that my mom lost 10 people in her family. Yeah, from the top right to the bottom, barring a child. Do you understand? So I said barring, meaning everything but a child in family members. You understand? So coming home and trying to navigate that kind of relationship, she didn't have a choice. Like, I just continued with what I was doing, and look at mum now. You understand? She's like my biggest supporter, because we are the teachers, isn't it? We are the teachers, but it's about how you teach. It's not about preaching to no one, because my mum's a big woman. I can't be preaching to her. I just had to continue with my truth in it and make her understand that within everything I was doing, she also had to take accountability for her contribution without me having to say, you did this, da 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 da. Because with the evidence, you're not stupid. I just use my own brain in it. People see, they watch, they understand in it. So everything I was doing,
Lead by example.
It's a reflection. So she's seeing the reflection of her own self, and I can see the accountability that my mother is taking without having a conversation. Therefore, because I can now say things and there's an open conversation. Therefore, you've taken accountability without even saying it to me. You're my biggest supporter without even telling me that you're my biggest supporter. You respect and love everything
that I'm doing within me chatting my business, and you don't even have to say it. You understand? And that's because I'm the communication in it. Because I am the teacher, and I'm not gonna stop. I just stand on what I'm standing on in it. And eventually, the positive and negative, eventually they just come over to your side, innit? And sometimes they do dip because that's where they're from in it. But I know how to
Yeah.
manage. I just people don't know.
But she
But
was
you
willing,
see,
obviously. She was obviously willing.
yeah. But I know.
Willing,
Sorry to cut you. I know.
stopping, not giving you no
Yeah, but what
option.
I did.
Lee, your mic is dipping
Yeah,
in and
but
out.
what?
You might have to come closer to your mic because it's chipping in and out.
No problem, sorry.
But what I did is
Background
I
as well.
stopped.
The microphone.
Excuse
I
me?
stopped.
Are you cussing my microphone? Lovey, please speak. I beg.
Sorry. What I did is what I did is I started to look at, okay, then, my mum is dealing with me in a certain way and bits and pieces are happening. Then I started to look at where is she coming from? What has happened within her life? How is her life been? You know what I mean? Like, my mum's been through a lot of trauma. My mum's been through a lot of things, and and then I got to the stage where I started to feel, not sorry for, but understood extra more. And so I was doing more, but still getting the same back in return. When I go over there and I get that abuse and come home to my own house, I'm reflecting that on my children in my house. That's not a good look. So what I did then, I said to myself, okay, then I could do the same thing. I could treat my kids the same way that my mom treats me. Or what I could do is I can make a decision, say, okay, I'm going to be different. My mom's got her own mind, and she could make the decision. She could either want to be better or stay the same. So I've left that decision up to my mum. So yeah, that's what she is. But like the other lady that just came in said, that you have to leave them to it sometimes and can't take yourself into consideration, because you can't fix something that don't want to be fixed. You can't fix something at the detrimental of breaking yourself.
Yeah, but Kazi, see that situation there, yeah, with your mum, my dad, all of that, yeah. This is why our communities are so broken, because no one's pulled them up about their behavior. Everybody knows they're behaving that way, you know?
Yeah, and they
But no one
that's
want to
our
say nothing.
community.
This
Yeah,
is
that's our
this is where
community.
the madness is. Everybody just allowing it to happen. They see my dad behaving in a certain way. Yo, but the madness is, my cousins passed away, brother, and not one of you would think. Not even my dad even thought. He knows you. Not even thought. You know what? Yo, let me go and add that. You're all in your allow it.
Yeah, but it's
Need
not.
to be
It's
called
not.
out. It's just
Yeah,
that's the way it is.
yeah, they
But
do need to be called out, but we don't need to be angry about it. That's the
no,
thing.
of course not. Don't just be
We
angry
need,
about it. But
yeah,
there needs to
we
be a
need,
certain
yeah,
behavior.
it needs to be called all the stuff that's happening within our community. Yeah, all the roadman that we know are roadman, all the man them that's doing all this stuff, the big man them that's doing all this stuff and bits and pieces, and we so in. It needs to be exposed. That is
No,
the
no, no,
whole
no. Sorry,
problem.
Kazi. I was
No,
just
in
on,
general,
just in a
in
bit, just on.
everything.
I was just on the I was literally just on the phone, yeah, because I got angry. I'm not with the whole situation with the video I put out about the young person. The young people are mocking his death now, innit? So they've took the video and clickbaited it, and then it's the mum's now stressing about it and blah blah blah. In my zone, a raggo called them roadmen out. I called one of them. I actually called him. I called him. I said, bro, I'm done. Like, bro, if you're on the road like that and you cannot deal with these young people for me, there's gonna be I don't understand it. Make it make sense to me, brother. You get me?
Because what?
As I was on the phone, he's already made the phone calls and made connections. He said, bro, you're right, you know. We need to stop this. Like, we're the ones out here doing road. We should
Why
be
is it
doing.
taking for that? He's been gone. Like, why didn't it take for when they see the? You understand? Why didn't it take for when Keenan's gone? We've been doing this from the. They're all right.
They do.
That's what's frustrating. I get it.
That's and when the 9 night happens, and everybody's outside with the 9-9, and everybody realizes who everybody is and bits and pieces like that, because we don't speak anymore, we don't communicate, we don't come around each other's houses anymore, and we realize who's who. And oh my God, that's your son, I never knew that's your son.
Yeah.
That's your mom, oh that's your, I never knew that's your mom. But then we're at home in our house, and the adults know things what the children are doing, and they're not saying nothing because it's their son's friend, or bits and pieces like that. They're not calling it out. Me, I don't give a damn, because I ain't afraid of nobody. The only thing that everybody can do is die like everybody else. I'm gonna tell. Me, if you want to call me an informer, I'm gonna inform on my own community, because we don't need to. I was watching something the other day, yesterday, and what it says that all the other communities shun people who are not building up their community. In the Jewish community, if there's somebody doing wrong over there, nobody don't deal with that person or that family. They shun them. In our black community, we friend them.
It's true.
No, I hate the person that says no sense of community, but you know what? I lay in hope that our community we will build a new form of community. Like, I'm not worried about the old type. That type was dead. There was a lot of yes, baby.
The person that said there's no sense of community, yeah, that means they're not having no children. That means they don't have no children. Their families don't have no children, because that is the community.
Yeah, we got community. Scratch it and then do the next one. We got a new River. Oh, you changed it. Oh, we have a community now. There's a sense of something different, new age, where we filled out all this rubbish, root out all this foolishness that's going on, and we can build. I'm confident. I'm doing it locally, and it's working. It's slowly working. It's slowly turning around. Slowly doing it with the food bag, making sure everybody can eat, making sure everybody can do it. We're helping out with the cleaning, helping people with their houses, all them kind of things, helping them and mentally, all that. We can do it, but I can't do it alone. And I don't feel there's people in certain positions, if everybody just done their bit, we can change. We can do better.
Say it as it is. Say it as it
Well,
is.
with the community thing right there, with the right communication.
Wait a minute. As you start, remember, you started to build, didn't it? So let's just talk it as it is. You started to build, yeah, and you're starting to put the pieces of the puzzle together, like make it stop, right? But as the pieces are coming together, you're now trying to sit at the table, and your table is broken. The legs are falling off. Like it's all messed up. You understand what I'm saying? And that is where we have now come to this conversation. Because yes, we have a community, but there are only 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5. That's it, and they're not solid. It's like the leaders are having to.
That's what we said. That's what we said about the. That's what I was saying
Not a lot.
the other day. Like, who would you have around the round table? Like, who would you call? Like, if I had to call man them on the round table now, right now, like, come, let's talk now. I don't know who I'm calling for.
There you go.
Well, with the right communication, we can unite. It's still in the lettering of it. With the right
Our women are
communication.
about that life. No, our women are about that life. Straight up and down, all day, every day. But it's the man them.
Yeah, which they don't have good communication with themselves or amongst others. So with the right communication, we can unite. Because
they
all
have
it
some
takes is
counselling.
planting that right seed, and watering that to grow. But people are amongst the weeds and the bullshit. So there's nothing growing but bullshit. So it takes the right communication. And a lot of us don't really communicate to understand. We just communicate to reply all the time. So what's happening?
Beg.
What's the communication thing? I'm confused. What do you mean by the communication thing?
Once we can communicate properly, we can unite. It's just a way of knowing certain people's communication.
So I'm just saying, I am on a round table of man them round the round table, and I can't call on many. So what are you I don't understand what you're saying.
You can call on them, but your communication individually with them will be different, and that's the problem. You're going at everyone with the same thing, which I get it, but you have to deal with them individual. You have to go, all right, cool. I got to deal with this one. I got to do with this because they're not all the same.
They're all the same.
You understand? They're not going to take your message the
But
same.
Maxie, you don't want to do that. You don't want to do it. You're frustrated right now. You're frustrated right now, which is fine. You're allowed to feel how you feel, but you also, the same way you said that everyone deals with everything differently, you're saying everyone deals with everything differently whilst then chastising them for dealing with things differently.
Dwayne.
Let them deal with things differently.
No, Dwayne, we're being real. Like, think about logically, yeah? I've sent a post out yesterday calling, I've done enough is enough. I've called out another post where I want the community to come together on the 4th of March. Yeah? Boom. Yeah, so you've seen the post, innit?
Yep.
Right. Have you shared it?
Yep.
Where?
I shared it on my platforms.
Where? I don't see it. I don't see it.
So because you don't see it, that means it's not there. I don't understand.
No, because the man. No. Because see the people that have shared or they've phoned me directly or messaged me and said, bro, what do I need to do? What do you need me to do? Like this is
It's
not.
more
It's
than
not,
just a post. I get it.
it's not about just sharing the post. It's about literally saying, you know what, brother?
No, bro, you just no. See, this is what I'm saying. We're getting into
Do you
things.
get what I'm saying?
We're ma-
Though?
Communication.
Yeah, no, of course I'm deep in what you're saying, but you're going into
Communication
things
is wrong.
differently. Like what you're going into things now specifically because mans are not doing exactly what you think they should be doing. They're not
No, I'm
doing
not
nothing.
saying that.
No,
I'm
no,
just
that's
saying.
exactly what you just said. That's exactly what you just said. You're
I
saying
think-
what else are they doing? Of course, there's more than a post, but you've done 2 posts. I could now say you've done 2 posts. What else have you done? Let's not get into that. Let's just. You're moving, Max. You're moving, and you're moving in the right way. Continue to keep moving. It's gonna continue to shift. There was mans who did 2 posts before you. There was man who did 2 posts before that man. There was man that did 10 posts. It needs to be consistent. It's not 1-2 posts, but it might be, like Empress said, it might be the 1 post that you do
but imagine
that plants the one seed.
But Dwayne, my message has been consistent throughout. You knowing me, straight. Like every man knows what I'm on. Like everybody in this platform knows exactly what Max is on, and not everybody's not come and said, you know what, Max, come. The only I can say here is Lee and Levin that have, that's come out and said, you know what, I've got you, and they've actually lifted me up and helped me out. Like boom, got you.
Max, can I ask you a question?
No.
Like, what's your end goal in it? Like, what's your expectation? Because it's sounding as if like there is a level of expectation in this. Like, because you're saying I've done this and
100.
people haven't done that. So what is it? What is the thing that would make you feel as if you're being supported and you're working towards your goal?
You know what? Using intuition and going ahead of me. You know, like someone, it's like when someone, you know, like me and my wife, right? So we're in the house, and then like she might do the bit of the cleaning, and then I might lift up because I'm a bit stronger. I'll lift the sofa up and do beyond. Not that she will see it, just that sometimes it's about right. Boom, we've got the shop. We're both in the shop. Some things she's gonna overlook. Some things I'll just go ahead of her. Same with like you met that Dwayne. The prime example is Dads of Us. Yeah, like at the end of the day, man's pushed it to another level, bro. Like different levels. Next week it's gonna go to the next level because of the input that I put in it. Because I will always go above and beyond. Do you get it?
Well,
I don't.
you, Max.
Can I give it? Can I
No,
give
I
it
was just
input?
literally
Can I
gonna
give it
say
input
the
on
same
this?
thing. I think there's
Anything
space,
I bring,
Max.
I
Hold on
always
a minute, let
add
me give-
more.
But Max,
Let me
there's a
give
thing
it-
of like sometimes we expect ourselves from other people, and that's what
Yeah, but-
creates a lot of the tension within us.
No.
That's what creates
Yeah,
a lot
can
of the
I
frustration.
answer this, please? Can
Go
let
on.
me
No,
just say?
then just come on. Even if I'm leading, just support, man, innit? Like straight, like
Let
so
me
that you
speak.
can give me
Let me
straight.
speak a minute. Let me speak because I feel like you see because I know you, yeah, and it's not even that. I think I understand the communication. I understand your communication, innit? So some people, you see the way that you're delivering this, yeah. Everyone talks about delivering. Da, da, da. I don't feel like people are getting what you're saying. I'm gonna tell you what I think it is, yeah, and you tell me if you're wrong. With this whole, even with this whole thing, it's like if you're doing all right. Let's talk about the knife crime post, yeah. You put up the knife crime post, cool, yeah. Now, it's nothing to do with the post. It's the fact that the post has gone up. What does that do to you? Like when you, because for me, it's a straight. Let's communicate. I want to know what's going on now. What's going on? What's happening? You understand? What's the involvement? What do you need me to do? Do you understand? Like with the hand helping hands. When you put the flyer up, it was like, all right, cool. What do I need to do? It wasn't just let's post it. It's how do I get involved? Like so, I think it's more about the support. It's not he's doing stuff, but they ain't getting no feedback. Where's the feedback? Where's the bro? All right, cool. Yeah, what's next? Someone's asking about the next move, like even down to this live. Like I'll say it. We could talk about this live. Like this live was planned, but there was no communication around it. Like I just took the piss on call and said, "Well, are you ready?" Because where was the communication and conversation about what the goal was? And I know what it was, so I made sure I put in the work to do that. But what were the other people doing? What was the intention? So I think it's more down to the intentions. Yeah, everyone wants to do stuff, but the intention ain't the same, and I think that's what the frustration is The intention is the intention, isn't it? So when that communication is not happening, yeah, I'll be getting pissed. I get pissed off. You already know, Max. I get pissed off all the
I hear
time.
that, but some things go past the vision. So, like now, I could have a friend that's got a business. Yeah, she might not have what I need, but I'm gonna redirect somebody else. And me doing that now, I don't need to be ringing my brethren like, yeah. I've just sent 10 people your way and blah. It's just done behind the scenes. Like not everything's on the forefront though, but not everything's on the forefront. So like now Max didn't see Dwayne post that thing. It doesn't mean it hadn't been done. You don't know how many people you could have spoken in the background.
Sorry, can I
But
say
you do
something?
it. You need everything
Can I say,
visual to see
No,
things
can I,
happen.
no.
We don't know
Empress,
what's
you
going on
do
in the
it.
dark.
You do
can I
it.
just say something,
Wait a
please?
second. You will see something. You will call me. We will have a
Yeah,
conversation
but
about it. Do you understand?
can I just say something? One
I'm not
second.
everyone else though. I was just giving that other
This is
perspective.
my point, but it's about the intention, babe. Like you will say like, well, I might not post, or I might not be in live, but I'm here. Like we have the conversation, and we will have a whole discussion about what it is that we're doing, and that turns into a whole thing. That is what we're talking
Yeah,
about. It's not just about
I,
saying the one thing and then oh yeah, she's doing well. I don't like it myself because it's like, okay, so what now? What now?
can I say? Can
He's
I
waiting for you
just
to
say
talk to me.
something?
Sorry, babe.
Sorry, I think it's what I've learned is it's you've got many different people, and many different people vibrate on many different frequencies.
Yeah.
So what Cuz is doing is maybe there's too many people trying to get on that boat, because we have to have a good foundation to make this thing get bigger. I think there's lots of different groups and lots of different people within them groups that's got lots of. I like me. I'm a spiritual person, so I like to find out people's star sign. I like to work with that. Then I know how to work with you. So then there's different people do different things. So I understand what you're saying, cuz that the people that is making this, saying that they're doing these things and bigging up themselves in certain areas, and they see this thing happening and they're not coming back to communicate with you to make this thing even more bigger, since everybody's big. But then you got the people that are doing their little bit. They may be showing it to. I might see it, might not say nothing to you, but I've showed it to my friend, and my friend ends up telling 2 people to come. So you see, like I'm doing my organization and I'm doing my thing. You see, you always say, Terry, you need to get it out there, and I keep saying to you, no, Terry, I'm doing it small. Then I can just work with the people them that I know I can rely on properly. I know I can work with, and
Cuz,
then my mind
ask
is
me,
right. Then it will get
cuz you,
stronger.
I'm not talking your business, yeah. But you see, let me share how I operate, yeah. You said
Mm.
I'm not doing nothing out there until my home straight. I'm like, oh damn. I phoned Lee, same time, Lee there, and I said, Lee, I need to get my cousin. We need to help my cousin sort this, get her home straight, so we
Get
can.
my, yeah,
Boom. That's the way I operate, fam.
That's the
yeah, but
communication
then
that we're
not
talking about.
everybody does that, and that's the
No, we
communication,
need to
like you
stop. We
said.
need to
But
be
what I'm
doing that.
saying is
But
no.
we
But then
need
what I'm saying is,
to
listen,
be
Terry, listen,
with
Terry.
You're
no
not
When I
listening,
listen,
Matt.
no,
You're not listening, Matt. You're not listening.
civilized
Listen to your
savage.
cuz, man.
No,
Cuz,
civilized
listen,
Let her
savage.
finish.
no,
Let her
listen a
Civilized
minute,
finish.
cuz,
savage. Cuz, hold on. Civilized savage asked,
no,
yeah,
cuz,
what's
listen,
my end goal?
no,
Just
but listen,
start
cuz,
what?
listen to this.
What we
Let
what?
me tell you how I'm using this as an example. I planned a whole funeral for my son by myself. Yeah. I expected these people to support me and do what they're supposed to do, because that's the nature of law. That's where I come from.
Is
You
that
see
why
my
you
liberty
expected
of,
them? Is that
huh?
why though? Is that really why you expected them to do that? To do
Well,
that?
because they're my family.
No, I'm being deep now. I'm asking like, what was the reasons why you expected? Like when it comes to
Because
again
because
relationship.
because
What?
I live. You see the way I live my life. I live my life as in my children are supposed to be supported by me. So then I support you see, when I have my grandchildren, I'm not going to tell them too much. I'm going to a party and trying to look like a young girl so I can't look after my grandchildren, because I like community. I'm about us. Yeah. I'm about we. Yeah. There's no me without somebody else, but I still have to be me, my own self. That's how I know and not everybody, and what I know is not everybody's from my kind. I come from a different. Just because they're your family doesn't mean they're in your tribe. I believe in higher beings. Just because they're there doesn't mean they're related. They got the right frequency or the right DNA for you. Yeah, but the universe put you in them, and you're supposed to go through these bits and pieces to get to where you are. I thought that all the people them that said they were going to do bits and pieces and stuff didn't. The people them that did do what they're supposed to do are the people them that are still supporting me up to today. There's still just the people that are bringing me up and I'm getting further and further and further. The people them that didn't, I'm not worried about them. When they catch up, they catch up. I'm on a boat. This is my ship right now. I'm shipping. If I stop at a station and I'll stop for you a little bit, I'll stop for 5 minutes and I'll stop 3 times. You see, the third time I ain't stopping again because I've got places to go. My express is expressing.
Yeah.
So, you're making it. The people who are supposed to be with you are with you. The people that are not supposed to be with you are not supposed to be with you. The people them that didn't call you, they never supposed to call you. The universe said they're not calling you. The universe said get on with what you're doing now. The
I
people
had
that
a
are
lot
not supporting you are supporting you.
I had a lot of people I expected to, not expected, but obviously I went to prison. I just thought, yeah, certain people, friends, the people that I'd grown up with, they might have, but they were the ones that weren't. It's the people that I
Yeah,
least expected that was like, I was like, right, and they, and like, they're
because
still
You know
people
here.
why
come
it
into your
does?
life for a
Lee,
reason,
quickly for
and you
you,
learn your
because
lessons
have
from the
no
people that are with you.
expectations.
Yeah, and there's no
No, but then
disappointment, man.
no,
That's
but you
it.
learn your lessons.
Expectations lead to
Some people
that.
are,
The people that you
yeah,
don't
some people are,
expect to do it because you don't have
do
no
it.
expectations of them.
Yes,
This is it.
And that's
So
what
the
it
you
universe
vibe,
gives
you
you what you
attract, you
need.
vibe.
Yes. Whoever's supposed to be in your life will be in your life. They're in your life for a reason and a season. You get them sometimes, you learn your lesson, you go on, you move along. It's like a chapter in the Bible, it's like a chapter in a book. It's like a chapter in a Sybil book. You move along. You don't hold on to certain bits. You take, okay, I was wrong. You take your accountability from that bit, what you had. You learn your lesson. You take it on. All right, then you move along. You learn. You
that's what I
travel.
don't like, and that's the problem I think we have. Everybody's so conforming to this moving on. Oh, pick them up, move
What
them
do you
up,
mean?
pick them up, put them down. No,
No, it's not. It's not that. It's not that. It's not picking them up and putting them down. It's that sometimes you have a friend, yeah, and you and the friend par, and you and the friend are getting lessons from each other. Sometimes your friend is at a different level than you. What are you gonna do? Are you gonna lower yourself to your friend's level? Are you gonna let your friend hold on to your tail and hold you back, or are you gonna say to your friend, when you come back to my level, or when you catch up? When we meet, then everybody get a life journey. My son, I never expected to happen to what my son happened to, but when he came, he signed his contract, his soul contract. There's nothing I can do about it apart from move along. My children ahead. There's a reason why he came into my life. I take all the lessons I've got from my son. There's no way he's gone because I believe in spirits anyway. So I know he's got my back 24/7. But then what am I going to do? Am I going to stay myself back, mourn, be sad, cry every day, can't get along? My kids see me breaking down. What's going to happen to them? That's what I'm saying. It's not about leaving them behind and saying bye. It's not about that.
I
Yeah,
would
sorry.
say
Lily.
no expectations because Lee, I've met
Yeah.
Lee through TikTok and I don't expect nothing of her, but she does the absolute most. So I can
Yeah.
only express gratitude for that, but I don't expect nothing because I can't be disappointed then because I'm only hurting myself expecting you to do
Yes.
something that I would have done and you ain't doing it. I'm the only one getting upset. It's just
Yes.
like you're being powerless and making the other person be powerful with nothing. Like you have to make it make sense. It's like me drinking poison and expecting the other person to drop down. It's just not going to happen. So if we don't have no expectations and we only go off actions, because many people can speak good words, everything can sound great, but it's the actions that really have the impact. So Leash, good with her words, but her actions balance that out. So I don't have no expectations, hence why we're still really good friends today. I don't call people sis, but she's my sis. So there is different levels to this. And on every different level, you're going to come across different devils. Life is like a snakes and ladders. Yeah, we need to stop coming down and trying to match people's expectations and make people rise up to meet us where we're at or go far and above that. But if we're having expectations, we're always going to have some sort of disappointment. I can't say I expected you to do that because that's my expectations. You might exceed them, you might not, but everything is a choice.
and this is
In
where the
addition
problem
to
is.
that, can I just
We're
add on
not
to
getting
what Empress
yeah,
said?
but hold on. There's just no appreciation, and I don't feel like you're feeling appreciated. Hence why this is becoming such a thing because it's like you're doing this stuff, but where is the appreciation from you? From where is it? Where is it?
Yeah,
Your
I think
appreciation for
personally, in
yourself.
regards to that, yeah, if you're
You know
doing
when you get
something and it's your
frustration.
path, you do it because you want to do it. If you're
You want
looking
to
for
do it.
acceptance, if you're looking for accolades, if you're looking for people to, do you know what I mean? That already is setting you up for a situation that is going to cause your own frustration and your own distress. If this is your journey and your path, and this is your purpose, you will do it irrespective of who's going to support you and who's going to praise you. You're not going to get mad if people are not giving you accolades and putting your name on in shiny lights above something, because you already know this is your truth and you're doing it from the cleanliness and the cleanness of your own heart. So if you start feeling frustrated with other people, why are they not supporting me? Why are they not doing this? Why you then have
think
to
that
have
you're
a
lack of-
space for you to look into yourself and be like, okay, what is it about me that is now feeling frustrated with this situation? Why am I feeling some type of way about the fact I'm not getting what I want?
Because you're doing
It's something that you're lack of.
You see what I'm saying? And
Something that you're lack of
again, it ties
yourself. You
into
have
what
to
Empress was
appreciate
saying
your own
about
self.
expectations. You're doing it because this is your journey. You want to do this. This is your intention. Not everybody has the same intentions as you. So there's a lesson for us in this space. One second, let me land real quickly. There's a lesson for us in this space to be accepting of the fact of meeting people where they are. I think Empress, official Empress said, you know, it's a snakes and ladders, and you don't want to go down. You want to encourage people to come up. Sometimes you don't even make any moves. You leave people exactly where they are, and you allow them to be there. I don't have to encourage you to come up to me. I don't have to move down to you. I can just see where I'm at and see where you are and be like, cool, these are our positions, and keep it stepping. We've already acknowledged with the parent situation that if the parents are not willing to do certain work, what have we all collectively decided happens? You leave them alone and you keep stepping. So if you feel as if the people that you're working with and you're attempting to collaborate with are not aligning with you, you leave them alone, you keep it stepping, and you stay on your purpose because this is what you want to do.
You're 100% right.
I hear that, civilized savage, but you have to give people the tools. I give people the tools up to them to do the work.
Listen to me, man. In reality, it's not happening. It's not.
But you get your blessings other ways. You help sometimes you help somebody over there, they don't help you and stuff. They don't appreciate what you gave them. But then you get you get your blessings somewhere else.
Sorry. I understand that, but that's why I put my mute. But I hear that. But what Savage is saying is what you're not saying is 100% facts. But the reality is that it's being enabled. Max, you're on mute because he was doing and you're still doing it. You're on mute.
Max is muted. Max, you're muted. You have.
But you get what I mean? Like people are.
I didn't want to shout, so I shouted first before I even unmuted because I'm like, doesn't make no sense. We've all got children. We all care about the next generation. I can literally say we all care. I can lift all our expectations just now, and you lot all agree with me. And then I'll be like, so why aren't we all batting for the same position? I don't get. We have expectations anyway.
Everyone's doing it in their own way. They're going down their own way.
No, we see.
That's what Savage is saying.
All right.
No,
I haven't lost the
Max,
child. I have not lost the child. But potentially I could, because of the way the society we live in. So I'm going to do something about it.
Yeah, but that's
What is
you,
everybody
and I'm
doing?
grateful for you.
What
No,
is
but
everybody doing?
Worry about the ones that are doing. That's what you need to do. Focus on the
That don't make no sense, blood.
It does because that's
all
allowing
put our
people
kids into the same system, and we're not going to do nothing about it.
You're enabling people to not take accountability. You leave them where they are. Like I said, leave them where they are. They're gonna
let
have
that
to
emotion go. You need to let that emotion out and let it go.
What?
In a sense, but this is the
That's my
problem.
drive.
This
That's
is
my
the
drive
biggest
because no
problem.
one wants to do it. Like there's no man stepping up and want to do it. It's all us our women on the Lorraine, Pastor Lorraine. Oh, our children are dying on the street. No,
Can we get a man in the panel? I think we need some balance. We got.
Where's the man? Them.
Just one more, please. Please, a male.
Yeah. You know, I'm just trying to talk option expectation, and you know, Max and blood. We all got children. I want the best for everyone's children in this group, fam.
If there's a man in the group in this chat, can you please rise? Because
It's about giving the tools and up to people to do the work. I give the tools to people every single day. There's only a few that are willing to do the work. So I've give you the tools. It's not like, oh, I'm just going to leave you there. I'm going to give you the tools.
We care about
But
the next
sometimes,
generation.
even when you give them the tools,
What
they don't
are
want to
we
do the
going
work.
to do?
And it's totally up to them, but at least I've given them the tools.
So no one cares about our children are down on the
it's
streets.
not about not caring, but if they if she's giving people tools and they come back and they go, oh, but and she says, I gave you the tools. If I gave you the tools, and they come back again and say, oh, but I still didn't do it. She's gonna tell them, I gave you the tools.
Sorry,
I'm not leaving them with nothing. I'm leaving them with tools. Up to you to do the work, you know. because
Yeah,
there's many
absolutely.
people that are just lazy and entitled and gimme, 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 wanty, wanty, licky, licky, and they don't want to do the work. This is it.
You know
But
what?
I've given
You
them
know
the
what? Yeah.
tools.
You know. You know. You
You
know
know what?
what it
Let
is?
me
It's
just
that
let me
Terry,
like
Terry, let me say one
see
thing, please.
the make it
Please,
stop
Terry, let me say
campaign.
one
Yeah,
thing, Terry.
is
Terry,
a
Terry, let me say
hundred
one
people.
thing.
Go on.
One thing, Terry. One thing. What I'm saying is that you see. Okay, then what it is now is that the man them groups, yeah, need to be called out for what they're not doing, and we're just not calling them out. Simple. Nobody ain't saying nothing. That's what we need to do. We need to just stand up as women and say, you know what, these man them that's got these groups, come on, let me show, let me see really what you're doing, because that's what I was saying when my son passed away. Where are they? Because they had something in Croydon. They have something in Brixton. My son was in the paper. I didn't see none of them knocking at my door, trying to get my number. One of them tried to, but we're not sure about that one. But yeah, I didn't see none of them. So I said I want to call them out myself but I said, like I said, I'm going to get my house into order and my bits and pieces in order because I will be. I don't like to be on social media. It's never been my thing. I'm not really that thing. But you see, I've got things to do right now. I have to be out there. So, but it's
Trust me.
not me,
And
but
that's
it's going to be me.
trust
But
me.
then you see the group them, all this man them group, this man father man. This I never seen none of them. Never heard one of them. None of them never knocked my door. None of them ever tried to look for me. Nobody.
Because people not and be real, not everybody understands about how to be strategic and get details and because what you're saying is very
But
right.
then there's
When
some.
it's
But
not
then there's somebody in the
directional.
group. If you got a group and there's how much are you? You must be able to get a good group together. Then at least one of them must be able to do
Check in
media.
every couple
One
of
of them
months or
take the
something.
picture. One of them, all these organizations that's getting money from bits and pieces and stuff. These black
Sorry.
organizations and stuff. These man organizations and stuff. None of them man them come to check me.
You
That's
can
what we need to call out, Terry, and then you'll feel much better. The woman them need to just call them out and done, because this is a joke thing. I don't want
And
to
some
be
of them
on this
just feel
thing.
shame because they do know.
Yeah, I
They
don't
do
want to be
know
on
deep
this
down,
thing
but they just
talking
feel
about
shame.
what DNA we used to have, or we used to be fucking sorry slaves, or no, I wasn't a slave. I don't want to hear no more about that. Let me call out the people them and tell me what you're doing. You got a big organization. Back at it. Let me see where it is.
you're
What's
right.
going on?
You're very
What's
right.
your plan? So the woman them need to just call it out because we're not strong. We're tired. We need some help. The people them are still getting killed on the road. Nothing ain't changing. So we just need to call them out and say this. Look for all the man them group. You see that like we're sitting down here today doing this.
They're in there.
What we
They
should be
what they're
doing
doing.
is
I can show you. They're doing
no, but
press ups now. They're just
what we
doing.
should be
Oh,
doing
brother,
is
you done your press
I
ups
should
check.
you see
Like
next time I
blood.
come on this thing. The next time I come on this thing, I'm gonna look for some of them man them group so I can call their name out and say hello. This is from this group. What have you done for What have you done for New Cross? What have you done for Brixton? What have you done for this Clapham? What have you done for this? The next man group. Then we can just cross them off the list and call it a day.
Listen. The
Name them and train them.
civilized savage asks about what my goal is with this whole thing in it. Now the Make It Stop campaign, yeah, literally it's 100-piece puzzle. So I've looked at all the aspects that could tie into knife crime, whether it's the home, whether it's the school, whether it's this, whether it's that, and I'm just literally like handpicked, like going around and saying, all right, Lee, you could deal with the prison side, and you could deal with that side, you could deal with the spiritual side, and then I'm capacity building you all up so you can go into schools and do what you do already. So you're already doing it in the community. Let's bring it all together so we're not like a next person's son dies, and the next thing they're setting up a next charity, and then they're doing exactly the same person that's doing. Blah, blah, blah. Let's have it all under one roof, and we all deal with it. That's what I'm doing.
What you're trying to do, man.
Lidge, I've been
You know
doing it.
what, Matt?
Lidge, and I'm telling people, and they're like, everybody's like, what are
No,
you
but
trying
what
to
you telling
achieve?
them? Just do
What are
your
you trying to
thing.
achieve?
Then
Like,
Max, continue to
like,
do that then. Continue to do
right?
it. That's all.
Your problem is you talk too much, man.
If
Sometimes
that's
you
what you're
speak
doing,
silently
if
in the
that's
way
what
that
you're
you give the
doing, you
responses you
continue to
want.
do that. And who's not working with you, you just keep going. You leave them to the
No,
side.
but you see no, because the problem what we have, like me and Lee have just gone through a situation. There's man them out there that are doing the work and have got a virus and disease in our community, and they're not allowed to be doing it no more. They're not allowed to be out here just blocking things.
getting in the way, damaging, broken. They're just doing the most.
We just need to call them
Well,
out
it's the
then, innit?
things that
That's
we
all.
are endorsing, like the music,
And
the
then that's
drill,
like I
the
said,
this,
the
the
black,
films. It's
yeah,
all glamorized.
that's
So
what
it
I
starts
said.
from that. We're
That's
endorsing
what it
these.
is. Now, now I think,
Our young youth are aspiring to be rappers, actors, and things that are breaking up our system. You've got like top boy, everyone's trying to be the top boy or the this or the that, and we're endorsing these things by giving it energy. So that continues to grow. So like it starts from the homes. It really starts from the home, not in the community, because everything
no,
starts
it
from
does.
in house.
No,
What are
sorry, can
you
I cut
what are
you?
you teaching in
No, it,
house?
no. Sorry, can I cut you? It does start with the community because what happened is now is my son listened to that drill business, and all the time I'm in his room, like telling him, "Hold on a minute now, son. This is too much for my head. The frequencies are mad in me. Try and play something different. Constantly. Yeah." But then what happened now is I've got cousins that can make that drill music on the road. That's the community.
Yeah, you're
We're
one.
not calling them out. We're not calling them out. We're not saying when we have our. I went to Terry's thing the other day, the Make It Stop thing, and then what they have now is okay. What we're going to do for the black community is we're going to have a studio. We're gonna have this. It's always the same thing. Why are you going to make a studio and you know that they're singing about killing people outside, and we're going to have it in there? Why? What? That's what. So it is the community. No matter what you tell the kids inside, they go outside and they're going to do it.
Yeah,
Because
but
I know I
locally,
fight for my
that's how
fitness.
you say
I
your name.
know I
Like to
fight for
start
them.
from in house because you
No,
saying to
it
your
does.
son now the frequencies are mad in my head. You're not actually sitting down and breaking things down.
No,
You
no, no,
my
no, no.
son,
Let me stop
I'm
you. Let me
breaking
stop
you
you.
down, you
No,
know.
I'm going to stop you.
But you know the
Let me tell you something.
breakdown. You can't
Listen
say
to
that
me.
because
I
you
know
know
the
the breakdown.
breakdown of the music. I know the
My mum don't know
frequencies of the
it.
music. I know their parents have got work to do and go to work because the government said that they need to work and pay for their rent. I sit down and I speak. My son reads affirmations in the morning every day. Yeah, I burn my candles. I do all sorts of stuff. I've done it all. So
I
it's not that you don't break down the thing; it's that it still happens. I talked to my children about everything because I
It's
want
how
them
we
to know they're
communicate
going to
to
be
them
good.
at the same time,
No,
though.
it's not. No, it's
I
not.
believe
It's
so because
not.
I'm raising my
No,
9-year-old and I've
it's
saw the
not.
change when
He's
it comes to
nine,
like.
but he's nine. He's nine. When they reach the 25, when they reach the 22, when they reach the 17, and they're outside, it's the different kettle of fish, and everybody thinks that is the parents. You can try your. My children are do very good things, and I'm very proud of them. Yeah, that happened to my son. There's so many people that came that I didn't know that my son went to talk to, that came to me to tell me that my son's a good boy, and not just because he's my son. That's how I know I did a good job. That's why I know I've done my best. So it's not about the parents inside all the time, because sometimes the parents can't even afford to be inside. But then it's society as well. It's two things. It's two. That's what it is. It's two. Like a battery. You got a battery. You got a plus and a minus. You got a man and a woman. It's two things.
can I
So
can
it's
I
not
say
just it's not just what you're telling your parent inside, and it's too much blame. Look how much things that we have to endure.
you see what you was gonna say
Go to
there? I
school.
feel like mothers. I feel like a lot of these times, and I'm being very honest, that it's like no one can't see the accountability without feeling like they have to that take a bit of blame. It's not blame. It's like I'm hearing it, and I'm hearing I can't. I don't want to. Not you, but I'm saying in those scenarios, it's like I
Mhm.
don't want to take account for it because then that means I then have to take blame. Do you understand?
No, it's not about blame. Sorry to cut you. Let me tell you something. It's not about blame.
No, it's
I
not.
know the way. No, it's not. It's about accountability. I know the way and the mistakes that I've made to explain to my children how things went. I
Yes.
know to explain to them the reason why maybe I used to tell off the bigger one more than the little one because I
Yeah.
came from a place
Yeah.
when I didn't know how to deal with children. I'd never been a mum before. So my first child got different treatment than my other children. I've explained that to them. So you have to. I don't just tell off my children without coming to them and talking to them and explaining to them why I told them that what bits and pieces is. Like I said, my mum didn't communicate with me good, and I'm going to do my best. So I'm not going to do the same thing that my parent did. And you have to take blame, because if you don't take blame and accountability, you can't change.
That's it.
Nothing changes if nothing changes, you know.
Yeah, if you don't take blame, you can't take it. Nothing don't change. Because if you don't see yourself doing something wrong, how are you going to know to do something better?
Well, I did plan to do 2 hours, but we've gone over to a little bit, so look, we're gonna just wrap this up a little bit. But it's been
Hold tight, my cousin, though, for coming on, though. Hold tight, Black. Big up yourself for just coming on, cuz I know I love and respect when you talk and that, and just getting out there. So, big up yourself. I love you.
We're closing, and we'll let you go last, Mac. Okay, so I don't know who what's to say. Any little final thoughts on the topic? Because yeah, man.
I just want to say before I go, next time I think we should have a meeting about what we're going to do, not all the baggage again. What we're going to do next, what we're going to
In
do.
real life, we've got the sit down ready.
Okay.
That's in real life. With the people that are ready to just come and sit at the table, you know.
And thank you everybody for listening.
Thank you for being here, man. Like I really appreciate you for being open. I feel like you are like, yeah, you're very powerful, and I would encourage more mothers, you know, to be like you in this situation because we're stronger together than we are apart, man. Honestly. So, yeah. Anybody else want to say something before I hand the floor to Maxie? No? Right, Max, go and then close off for me. I'm tired now, man.
All right, big up yourself, 95 and 65. Brock, I did that, know the man. I've always put God first in this whole situation, and I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing, regardless of what anybody wants or if anybody feels. So that's it. It's not a problem. Yeah, it hurts. It does hurt to see that people ain't engaging in what I'm like, what's going on, and don't want to make a difference. Whether you do it in your own way, that's fair enough. But let's just know I don't want to feel like I'm on my own in this fight because it is a lonely road. It's horrible sometimes, but I'm still gonna keep moving. I want everybody to take something from today, say something they're going to do from today going forward. Simple. Then that will just rest the show on my head. At least that's an expectation, at least. I can expect that. Because we're not coming on this to chat and then go about our business. I want everybody to come with one thing they're going to do from now going forward to better our community.
That's it. Yeah, man, big up yourself, man.
Max, can I ask you a question just as a final closeout? And if that doesn't happen, what's the consequence?
What do you mean?
Like, because you've expressed that's what you want, that's your desire, that's what you're after. So I'm asking you, if that doesn't happen, then what?
That's on your head, isn't it?
Precisely. That's on the head of the person who doesn't do the thing. So leave them to have that.
That's cool, but it will burn anyway, regardless.
But it's gonna burn
that
them.
carries the crown.
What I will
Remember, heavy is the head that carries the crown. So it just is what it is, really. But we've just got to hold ourselves accountable, do the work in progress. That's it. No stagnation. Water your seeds with nourishment, and things will grow and flow. But nothing changes if nothing changes. And that's my final words.
Yeah, thank you. What I will say is that this has been great, guys. Thank you for being here. What I would say in regards to this whole thing that you're thinking about, Max, yeah. Me personally, I'm going some serious places right now, yeah. And there are certain people in my life that I would have loved to have sit at my table with me. But I have had to make some very, 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 very hard decisions. And I would just encourage that you focus on where you're going and who's going there with you rather than where you've been and who's been there. You get what I'm saying? So that's my final thoughts for the night. Guys, it's been emotional. Yeah, we're gonna do some more lives, but I have got the conflict coming up because I feel like conflict is something that we need to talk about. So yeah, tune in. If you're not following, all of that lovely stuff, But yeah, man, we have to. Oh, don't worry about it, Chrissy, man. Next time in a real life, I'm gonna put it on my YouTube. I will put this live on my YouTube so people can watch it because it was quite good.
It was
No,
good.
no, no. Man's bare ranting and that. Allow it, fam. Man's bare ranting
No,
and that.
you got muted, bruv. You never got. Don't worry, your ranting got muted, bruv. Don't worry about your rant, bruv. Relax.
Did you feel safe in the space to rant? Is my question. Did you feel safe in the space? Because there's people there's a lot of people that can't come in here and do this and express and you understand, get the chance to, they don't get that because relationships with men ain't like that with a lot of women.
No,
They
I'm
don't
good.
want to
I'm
hear
good.
you lot. They don't want to hear you.
I don't feel no way about that. I'm good in any platform in any way. I don't feel no way. Free Congo, but I don't feel no way about letting my feelings and letting it be heard and be passionate. I don't get me.
We did it all. I'm literally burnt out now. That's it. I'm done. I've had the longest day ever.
Imagine
yeah.
the wife. Imagine the wife phoned me as well, and I ignored the phone call. So I'm gonna go phone her back now. So you lot later get in trouble.
Good luck with that.
Right? You know you could have answered her, innit?
About 41 minutes ago. That's mad.
You could have answered it, though, innit? You know that, right?
I'm a bad man. Man, a real bad man. You get
That's
me?
all right, man. I'm putting it on live. It's all right, man. It's going out. Go on, talk your talk, man. It's glad to see you smiling. I love it, man.
I get Dwayne to sing for her. It's calm. It's light work. You get me? And make me another
Big up
dance.
the host. Big up the host. Then well done, guys. Thanks a lot.
What you're out tuning us, yeah. You left me.
Huh? You left man hanging like that. Dwayne,
Wow. Put me on mute. Those apples.
sing us out.
What's going on? What'd you say? I didn't hear nothing you said.
Oh, he's on the toilet. He's dropping the big.
Who's on the toilet, bruv? I'm in the kitchen. I'm about the toilet.
It says sing us out. Sing us out. Sing us out.
No, ain't nobody singing us out, bruv. We out, bruv. This is sing us out. This ain't an R&B show, bruv. What the hell's wrong with you, lot?
I wake up feeling so honey. I can get you out of my mind.
That's it. We're done.
Latest, people. All right, yeah. Max is singing us out. Later. All right, goodbye.
Just
All right,
to
goodbye.
make you understand me. I don't give a damn about nothing else.